Hello and welcome to the Gameroom. I'm Macleod, and this is your bi-weekly video game podcast that is definitely about video games and not secretly anything else. Trust me. We have a fun show lined up for you this week, but firstly, and more importantly, right now, who's joining me on this podcast? It's Dwight Robinson. Say hello, Dwight.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi. Alright, the episode has started officially this time.
Yep.
This is episode 8, I think, I hope. Yeah, I may have just lied.
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure it's 8. And also we got one guest on, which Dwight knows. I'm going to let you introduce your friend, Dwight, since I don't really know him.
So this is...
Find out more about him.
So this is Jonathan Duffer. I work with him.
Hello.
He's down in Florida. We're all spread out. He's in Florida, you're in Georgia, I'm in Virginia. So that's kind of...
Don't give away my location.
They can find
Georgia's
me.
a big state.
It's a secret.
So actually, if you want to go ahead, because you have a YouTube channel yourself, don't you, Jonathan?
Yes, plug away,
Yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah, I do.
Introduce yourself and what you do and all that stuff.
Yeah, my name's Jonathan. I work in IT support, but yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's just basically a Let's Play channel. I play all sorts of different stuff. I've done stuff like Lego Star Wars. I'm currently in a couple series right now, working through Batman, the Arkham games.
It's going to be relevant for this episode.
Which is funny because I'm playing one of
Right.
those right now, so
Yeah.
that's kind of interesting.
Doing Portal 2 also, and a third game which completely slipped my mind. But yeah,
It must
I
not be that
actually,
interesting.
yeah, no, I haven't uploaded in a couple months because of the COVID stuff and a lot of work related stuff. But I'm starting to get back into the swing of it. So
Yeah.
But that's anyone wants to check it out? It's youtube.com/Enchantermon. That's my handle on there.
Enchantermon?
Enchantermon.
I'm
Yeah,
going to look it up right now and subscribe to you.
Huge Digimon reference, but
Yeah. I don't know anything about Enchantermon. Okay. Everybody subscribe to Enchantermon. This is
Yes,
your mandate.
please.
I did see your Alice
Yes.
Alice Madness Returns playthrough?
Yeah.
Not
I
that
like that
one. The first one. Alice.
American McGee's
American
Alice?
McGee's
Yes.
Alice. Yeah.
I never played American
I did that one.
McGee's, but I did play Madness Returns or whatever, and I thought it was really good.
I
Yeah,
believe on the console versions, if you still... I believe... Well, I don't know about the PC one. If you buy Madness Returns, it actually gives you a copy of the original.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You actually can't buy Madness Returns on Steam anymore. They took it off. I bought it like a long time ago, and then they took it off at some point.
I wonder if it's on the Xbox Live Marketplace then, or if just the license ran out everywhere.
I have a digital
That's
copy. They may have delisted it, but I still have my digital copy, so...
Yeah.
And I already bought it on Steam, so I can still download it whenever and play it.
Right.
So I'll be playing that for Halloween this coming up year.
Yeah, Halloween time.
That's good stuff. That's a good game.
All the time for Spookum games. I don't know what I'm going to play. Maybe Luigi's Mansion 3, but I mean, that was like last year I beat that, so I don't know if I want to play it again. But it was good, so I mean, I have a really bad habit of replaying stuff, so...
I'm like the complete opposite of that. It has to be like just my favorite game ever for me to replay it over and over. Same thing with watching stuff. I don't really watch stuff over and over either.
I'm the total opposite. In fact, I just watched. Well, I'm not gonna get into. We're not gonna get into anime this time. I promise.
But anime
So-
is such a good topic.
Yeah.
It is, but this is a video game podcast.
We'll
So-
tack on the anime minute at the end or something like that. I'll throw it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it turns into an anime 30-minute. But
Right.
anywho,
Yeah.
speaking of new things that you've been playing, Dwight.
Yeah.
I know we talked earlier. I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode or not, but Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles out.
Yes.
Both of us gave that a shot.
Right. Yeah.
I gave up quite quickly.
Yes. Yeah, that's true.
You did not. So
Yeah, I did play through the whole of the light version, which is like 3.
I only did
dungeons.
the first mission where you have to fight the crab.
Right.
And then I was like, nope, not for me.
But yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna watch a streamer the other day who said he was streaming that game, and I ended up being late to the to the stream, and by the time I got there, he had jumped on something completely different because and he and his friend who were streaming just kept going on about how terrible Final Fantasy was.
All right,
so I was like, oh man.
So I'm not in the camp where it's terrible, but I'm in the camp of like, yeah, they didn't improve the things that needed to be improved.
So there's other.
So Dwight, this is your first time, from what I remember.
So
what do you think?
I've always,
you played all the way through it, so
the light, like the first 3.
All the way through the light version.
But yeah, I mean, I've wanted to play it, for the longest time. I always wanted to. I had a GameCube. I had a little Game Boy player, but I didn't have all the little Game Boy Advances and link cables. I only have one Game Boy Advance, so I never really got a chance.
We did talk about this last week because I was mentally trying to set something up. But then I was like, oh yeah, we don't.
Yeah, right. So. But yeah, I've always wanted to try it out. I've always been, interested in it. And so when I heard they're remaking it, I was like, oh snap! All right, I'll try it out. And then I played it, and I was like, wow, okay. Because I didn't. It took me a second because at first I was like, what the hell is going on with these controls? You cycle through. And you can really only do one action at a time. And it's just kind of like, why would you? And then when I thought about it, I was like, oh, yeah. You have to be able to do this from a Game Boy Advance controller, which has like 4 action buttons. So that's why you only have one action, and you have to cycle through.
Which is completely dumb that they didn't like accommodate for that with the remake, because it's like now you have more buttons. Why do you have to cycle everything? You have so much more buttons, and there's a lot of remakes where they will put like a little shortcut or something like that, onto one of the other buttons, even though it wasn't available in the original version. So I thought that was weird because having to defending is just like not an option because there's no reason to do it. Just the amount of time it takes for you to switch to the defend action and actually use it, you could just move out the way. Defend is completely useless.
Completely worthless. And then for some characters they actually. I think the human-looking character holds up a shield, and then the elf-looking character, I think it's called a Selkie, I don't remember exactly, but it does like this weird little backflip, which I guess is supposed to have invincibility frames. Like, when would I have time to do that? To time a perfect backflip to dodge something while cycling through shit, and there's like stuff flying at me, and it's weird because you move so slow. And you attack so slow, and then all the enemies just like move normally, and you can't stun them. In any kind of action game, when you attack, like let's say you do like a 3-hit combo or something, every time you hit them, there's like a little stunning animation so you can finish the combo. Once you start hitting them, they usually let you finish hitting them or whatever. So here you're attacking them, and they're still hitting you, and it's like, well, it takes me like 5 seconds to charge.
They do not react to anything
and
you're doing.
Still hitting, like there's no reaction. I'm like, oh my god.
The only thing they do differently based upon is like your location. They may have like a different attack based upon where you're at.
Right, yeah, if you're far away or something.
Like if you hit them,
Yeah, you doing a 3-hit
they're rather
combo,
alive or dead.
Doing a 3-hit combo is like
there's no injured state for them.
Is like a death sentence because you're sitting there trying to do a 3-hit combo, which also you have to time it perfectly to do it. You can't just tap it out. You have to time it perfectly. So they're hitting you this whole time. There's people shooting at you, and you're doing this really slow 3-hit combo, and then you drop it. And then you just stand there doing nothing while they just get free hits. And it's just like, whose idea was this?
I'm sure it's better if you have multiple people, especially for the magic spells and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I found playing single player, the magic was completely useless because it took way too long to cast as the main the human type was. Yeah, I'm just like, why do I even have this magic?
I said the same thing.
I could just do the charge attack. So
I texted the same thing because I first started with the Selkie and they
you did say
they charged so fast. I was like, what the hell is the use of magic? But then that's when the game opened up and I actually got it and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is not too bad. When I found out that when you're by yourself you can combine the magic. Normally when you play multiplayer you have to like synchronize and have the magics touch
you
each
can
other.
Combine the magic.
That's so stupid. But when you're a single player you could do it on your own. So you could have 2 Blizzards and have Blizzard or whatever. And then if you use that really tall, weird Android-looking thing, Android Bird, whatever the hell it is, when you use that
Android
character,
that's the class.
It actually it charges so much faster. So I was like, oh, okay. So I just run away, charge magic, and then it hit, it's this huge Blizzard attack, and it kills everything. And I'm like, okay. So that's when I texted you. I was like, okay, I think I'm getting it now.
Yeah. Did you play with anybody, or are you doing this all single player?
I did try multiplayer like once or twice, and it takes forever to find anybody, and so you can't get a party while you're on the map screen. When you can only get a party when you're at the dungeon. So you'll start the dungeon, and you're sitting there waiting with the little, with the crystal jug over your head, and it's like looking for people, So I got like halfway through a dungeon before anybody joined, and when they do, you just like swarm everything. We got to like the boss, and he just like swarmed the boss and kill it in 2 seconds. So it's just kind of like,
oh wow,
that's fantastic.
So
do you think you're going to commit to purchasing? Has it convinced you?
That is a no, sir. I've had my fill. I mean,
you just have a much higher patience.
I do have a better thought of it, I guess, or better idea of it or whatever now that I've actually given it a chance. But no, it's not worth the $30. No, sir. Not at all.
And you said you have it for GameCube, or you were?
I never got it for GameCube. Always wanted to.
You never got
I think I had it at one point, but I definitely don't have it now.
Okay. Yeah. I have it for GameCube, and that's enough. Let's put it that way. So.
Yeah.
That is enough. What else? Let's see. I'm looking at your list. Some other thing I have no idea.
So this is actually interesting. Valkyrie Anatomia, the origin. So this was like a Valkyrie profile prequel that was out for mobile phones, right? I've never heard of this game. I just happened to see it.
I've never heard of it either.
I don't even know where I saw it. I just happened to see it on when I was scrolling through Google Play or whatever. And I was like, oh man, this actually looks pretty good. Or I mean, I saw it somewhere else.
It's still on mobile phones?
No, they shut it down.
Oh.
So when I logged into it, it turns out that they were shutting down that week. They shut down August. They shut down August 31st, and I played it earlier. I played it last week. So I was like, all right, well, I'll give it a go now that, and there's all this stuff saying, oh, thanks for playing, and we're shutting down service, blah blah blah. The game, it launched last year, so it barely even lasted a year.
Really?
Which is surprising because it's actually probably one of the best mobile games I've ever played.
Well, too bad you can't play it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Which really, really sucks because if you've ever played Valkyrie Profile before, then you know kind of how the story works. The Valkyrie is listening to the last she hears voices or whatever of like somebody right before they die. So you go to that location and she basically it goes through their whole story of like leading up to their death, and then you recruit that person to be in your party. She's Valkyrie looking for Iron Hair or whatever to take to the I forgot that Norse battle is called or whatever. Anyways, it's all that stuff. So anyways, when you play the game, each character has their own. If you're playing like the normal PlayStation version or whatever, each character has their own button. So then, like say Valkyrie is X and somebody else is triangle or whatever. So you have the party on your screen. You press the button that corresponds to that character, they do an attack. Up to 3 attacks. Okay. And you mix and match or whatever, and you get extra points for juggling people in the air. You get more points for bouncing them off the ground. Different combo stuff. So I love that game. I remember playing Valkyrie Profile on PlayStation. I thought it was amazing. Another game recently that came out that's really similar to it is that one that Lab Zero did. The same guys who made Skullgirls.
Indivisible.
Yeah, Indivisible plays the same way. It's the same thing. So if you know Indivisible, you know Valkyrie Profile.
I actually have that game. I've never popped it in.
Yeah. So it's the same thing.
But if it plays like that, my wife may like it. She likes Valkyrie Profile, actually. So
it's really, really good game. They had one for PS2 and PSP and all that too. So
I believe we have all of them. Yes.
This phone one, the story is actually really good. And the controls, instead of having random touch controls or like a joystick on the screen or anything like that, it has the 4 characters. Their portraits listed on the bottom, and you press their portrait to do their attack. So you can do the same kind of timing based. All right, well, this guy can launch. This guy can bounce off the ground. This guy can hit him a couple more times in the air and stuff like that. So it's the same thing, but it's just like you tap their pictures instead of a button on the controller. And it works really, really, really well. Like this is... It's scary how well it works.
You're hyping this up a lot.
I know, for a game that doesn't exist anymore.
You can't even play it anymore.
It sucks. I mean, so the time I played it, and I'm really, I think the main reason why it's dead is because nobody even knew it was there. It launched last year. I'd never even.
Maybe.
So, and it's Valkyrie profile. I mean, it's not like a huge game, but it's not like some trash.
The App Store is so saturated with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it really
anyway,
is.
and a lot of it gets overlooked.
God, it's sad. The story
I would
was
not
good,
be
too.
surprised if this wasn't like doing super well in like Japan or China or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
and
really sad to see.
Maybe
it
it's
go.
alive and well there. So
Yeah. But anyway, that's it for me. I didn't really, I guess, get into a whole lot. I didn't go back to Xenoblade Chronicles, so I have more on that.
Ah, no.
Yeah.
Gotta get our Xenoblade Chronicles update. Well, I'll push it over to you, Jonathan. Anything new and exciting lately? This week? Well, the past 2 weeks, I guess.
Not much this week. Like
I know you do a
I've
lot of
been-
streaming, so.
Say again.
I said I know you do stuff for streaming, I imagine. So.
Yeah, and again, since I haven't been doing too much of that, I haven't played a lot. But I've been playing mostly Pokemon Go. The past.
Wow, somebody plays Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I have a friend that plays, and I played for the longest time, but I stopped last year finally.
Yeah.
So,
The,
what's new with Pokemon Go?
The Mega Evolutions finally came out.
Oh.
And interestingly enough, they did not happen the way everyone was thinking they were going to. So
Of course not, because it's Pokemon Go.
Right, exactly.
Like, nothing works the way you would think it would.
Well, and they actually, Niantic actually got a lot of heat back for this too. So the way that Mega Evolutions worked is you can just like in the regular Pokemon games, they're temporary.
Yeah.
So the way they work is you evolve it and it lasts for 4 hours and then it devolves back. And the only way to evolve it is by using this new thing that they invented called Mega Energy. The only way you can get Mega Energy is by fighting in raids, in these special Mega raids for the Pokemon so you essentially raid the Mega Pokemon, and then he like turns into a regular Pokemon, and you can catch him. Whatever he might be shiny, all that.
Yeah, a
stuff.
raid, got it.
Right. But then you get Mega Candy based on how long it took you to do the raid. So if it takes less time, you get more candy.
Makes sense. Okay.
The thing is, the raids, in order to get raid passes, you only get one free raid pass a day. So in order to get more raid passes, you have to buy them.
Of course you do.
Exactly. And the thing about so you can only get Mega Candy from these raids, and you can only it doesn't last for as long, for like forever. It only lasts for like 4 hours. So all of this combined, and you have to pay for raid passes, is like people were starting to get really ticked off because they're like, okay,
Sounds like it.
you've essentially created this almost pay to win scenario.
Yeah.
Where you have, and obviously you don't have to give Niantic money, but it's one of those things where, and they've done it before too, where either you pay to have it sooner or you just grind and grind and grind over days and weeks until you finally get to that point.
I've given Pokemon Go quite a bit of money, actually. Like,
Yeah, I have
because I
too.
played it up until last year. So, I mean, probably easily $200 over,
I don't even want to speculate how much money
I don't really know, but I'm sure it's a lot. Because every time they would have like these deals where they'd be like, "You get all this shit," I'm like, "Well, that's a no-brainer. I gotta buy
exactly.
it."
Yeah, the basic.
Dude, I
gotcha
really
scenario.
wish I could transfer my stuff over to somebody else because I have so much shit that I'm just like, it's just kind of sitting there. Like, I mean, I probably have like 300 Ultra Balls. I probably have 300 of every kind of ball that you can get. My backpack is just massive. It's so
Yeah.
You can't sell stuff like in like WoW or something like that.
it's like I can't do anything with it now unless I start playing again, which I know that's the point, but I really don't want to. So.
The nice thing is that after all the heat, Niantic finally backed off on some of this stuff, and they increased the rewards that you get from these raids and stuff. So they proved that they are actually listening to the players.
That's good.
So that's
Not a lot of gacha-based mobile developers really do that, so that is pretty good. That's pretty nice.
yeah. So that's really the biggest thing that's been going on in my sphere.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
soon
it
as
was,
I
it was
get
a
back
big time
into
sink. I remember Pokemon Go, like when I did play it, and it was nice, but it's just like, it's just taking too much time. Like it's too much stress. Like, oh, I got to do this on this certain weekend, sort of thing, and that's why I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
And
done with
then the money. Mostly it's the money for me. I'm just like, I really need to stop spending on this game.
Well, I mean, it's like $10 for all this stuff, and you're like, oh, I've done that like 6 times in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. It's like, oh, that's nothing. Click. Oh, that's nothing.
Tame it
Click.
down.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Click.
it adds up after a while.
It does add up pretty quickly.
They did start
I probably
doing
wouldn't
remote
play
raids.
that again. And if they came out with like Dragon Quest Walk over here, I'd be all about that because Dragon Quest. But
Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's probably the only one I would play.
Their Harry Potter game fizzled out super quickly. I don't know if anyone plays that anymore.
I have a friend, the same friend actually that plays Pokemon Go, plays that.
Really?
She plays it pretty religiously, and I'm just like, okay, well, she tried to get me on it. I was like, I don't really care about Harry Potter that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I watch the movie occasionally. That's as far as it goes.
Yeah, I never played the Harry Potter one. I was like, I'm sinking too much time into Pokemon Go already. I don't
Yeah,
need
there you
another
go.
game
Right.
to
Just
put
add on to
time
it.
The
and
only
money
mobile phone
into.
games that everyone should buy and that are totally worth it are the Professor Layton games
Of course.
that they've done.
Of course.
So good. They're like excellent
Yeah.
remakes of the DS games.
But in the
Professor Layton.
Yes.
yeah, so those are pretty much full priced ports though.
They are full price,
Yeah.
but they're so good though. I mean, they're like,
Yeah.
20-hour adventures. So I mean, and at
nice.
$15 you can't beat it. So and it's
Nice.
all inclusive. There's no microtransactions or anything. They look good on an iPad or phone.
I think that's the only
Good
kind of
puzzle adventure games.
mobile games I don't have, which is funny because I always complain about the gacha style ones all the time, and probably my favorite game that I go back to that I always find a way to plug every episode is Caravan Stories on PS4.
course.
And
You
it's
just had to bring that up, didn't
it's
you?
definitely-
I thought we were going to go a whole episode.
it's definitely a gacha game, but I love that game.
I'm just going to go ahead and mention Splinter Cell because we can't go a whole episode without me bringing that one up.
Splinter Cell's good. I need to replay
just-
Splinter Cell.
Nothing in
It's been a
particular
long time.
about it, just Splinter Cell.
Just randomly throw it in there, just to let everybody
Yep.
know. But yeah,
Yep, just no Splinter Cell. That's all you
Oh,
need
I
to
have
know.
been. I was playing Pokemon Sapphire. I forgot about
Okay,
that. 'Cause
that's
I played
something.
it. Yeah, I played it all the way up to the Elite Four, and I got my butt kicked by the Elite Four. So I need to go back and
you need to grind a little.
which system
Yeah,
was that
grind a
on
little
again?
bit.
Beef it up.
Sapphire.
That's on the Sapphire. Which gen is it or system?
both.
It's the DS that I'm playing it on. It was Gen 4, I think. Yeah, Gen 4.
Pokemon Sapphire is that's the one that originally came out on the GBA, right? And then they had the remake on the 3DS.
Yeah, I think they did.
So it was Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire,
right?
correct?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's right.
That's
I'm
the,
sorry,
that's the
I'm
one that's
sorry.
infamous for too much water in the review.
Not Sapphire. Not Sapphire. I
Not
said
Sapphire.
the wrong one. Shoot. Platinum. Platinum's the one.
Platinum.
yeah,
Platinum
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
Diamond and Pearls,
Yeah.
gold, Diamond and Pearls like combined edition. I actually like
Yes.
Platinum a lot. That's a good game.
Yeah, Platinum's the one I'm on. I played Emerald instead of playing Ruby and Sapphire.
That
Which
would
I
make
think
sense,
Emerald
yes.
is still my favorite.
Just like you should play Platinum instead of playing Diamond and Pearl.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Saves you
yellow
a bunch
instead
of
of,
time.
red,
Yep.
blue, and green.
Yeah,
Well,
but yellow's,
in that
yellow's
case,
different, though.
play Leaf
It
Green.
is. It is different. Yeah.
Leaf Green or Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu.
right.
I played Fire Red, just because.
Yeah.
Charizard.
Yeah, I played Leaf Green, but yeah. Okay. I've been... I guess that's pretty much been it for you. I've been off all week. I took the week off. Because not only is it my birthday week, but I needed that blood pressure to go down and work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, last time we talked, I beat Kiwami 2. You ever in that state where you're like, all right, I got time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
now
start
what do I wanna
a
play?
new thing.
Yeah.
Now is the time.
And you just sit
I
there
didn't
and stare at all the
Okay,
game
I started
boxes.
like a ton of stuff. I didn't actually get through anything except for. I actually did get through a few things. I did get through a short hike, which we talked about last
right.
time,
Yeah.
which is a very short game. On my Switch, it says played 1 hour or more because it took me
Wow.
under 2 hours to beat it.
I still want to.
But it's very replayable. I think I'm going to play it again. It's worth the $7.99 asking price.
Oh, really? Yeah. I might
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, it's totally good. And it's one of those things where there's so much stuff in the world you can just run to the end, which is kind of not sort of what I did, maybe a little bit. But you can get a lot more out of it than I'd say. It's probably got 5-6 hours worth of content, but I only experienced 1 hour of it, so I'll get back to it. And I also picked up Catherine Full Body last time I talked about as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna do it. Just get through this. That took me less than 5 hours because about halfway through, Catherine Full Body has this very tempting feature where you can just let it play itself.
Yeah, you're talking about
And
that.
I did. So after about halfway through the puzzles, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being stressed out by this.
I really liked Catherine. I got it on 360 back when it was first released. I mean, I like the story. Yeah. I like the style.
I have it on
and
360
everything,
currently, yeah, and on Switch.
But I could care less about the puzzle stuff, so that's perfect for me.
I don't really care about the puzzles, but I got the ending I wanted, and I didn't know there was like 13 endings to that game.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't feel like going through all of them, so I watched them all on YouTube. And let me tell you, there's some crazy... I'm not going to explore anything, but this game gets wacky as hell in some of the scenarios.
Yeah, I really wanted to play that.
Like, wacky, like, jumps the shark hard.
It is pretty good. I actually didn't get that far in it on my 360 run because I just got tired of all the puzzles, so... I might have to. Yeah.
I could totally recommend Full Body for anybody that wants to experience a good story.
Yeah,
and you got it on Switch though, right?
I definitely want to.
I got it on Switch, and it seems to run and look fine. Like it probably doesn't look as sharp as it does on PS4 or PC, but it's not the sort of game that needs to look any particular kind of way. So, but yeah, I only literally played about half the game, and the rest I just put it on auto and didn't stress. just let it do its thing.
I think it would be nice to see how it looks like on PC because I don't think the PS4 version runs at 60 either.
I'm not sure,
but yeah,
it's not a gameplay sort of game for me. It's a story sort of game, so I didn't really care. There was like I started a million things this week though. Dragon Quest X I got going.
Yeah.
Didn't really play a lot of that because it is in Japanese and. I don't read Japanese too well. I did point the iPad and Google Translate at the television, which had mixed results. Google Translate tends to... Well, it does its job, not very well. The funniest thing, and I wish I could have recorded it, I sent it to Dwight, is I opened someone's cabinet like in their house, and it says, "You've got anxiety," and I'm like, great. Just what I was looking for.
There you go.
God,
I don't actually know what I got at that point, other than anxiety. So I did actually play that a decent amount. With that same setup, I started at Yokai Watch 4. Didn't get that far in that, but I'll get there eventually. I played all the Yokai Watches, so I'm determined to get through this one as well. I did actually play through the Japanese version of Yokai Watch 1 because I know the stories well enough. I didn't really need to know. I didn't really need to read what was happening. I could just follow the waypoints and be fine with it.
A lot of times, I remember I had Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, and of course Portable 3rd was only released in Japan. So when I first got it, it was only in Japanese, and I mean, I'm super heavy into Monster Hunter, so I thought, oh, well, I'm fine. I mean, I know what all the icons are, I know how to play. But then when I'm playing, and of course, like usually when villagers talk, it's just flavored text, so it doesn't matter anyway. Nobody actually reads that.
Yeah, you just follow the icons, and you
already
that
know what
sort
to
of
do.
stuff.
But when I was playing, I was just like, well, hopefully they'll release in the US. They never did. They did put out a patch though, so I did end up playing some more once I got a patch, but. I don't know. Usually if I get something, unless it's a fighting game, I still like to be able to read what's going on because I have...
Yes, I agree. Yeah. And they're actually supposed to release Yokai Watch 4 in English eventually. They said they were supposed to.
That was great. I don't...
and I will buy it.
I don't need it to be dubbed, but being subbed is nice.
No, it doesn't need to be dubbed, yeah. Eventually I would just like to learn Japanese, but that's a commitment that is just very difficult.
Absolutely. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to do. I started Batman Arkham Origins, didn't get very far in that, and then I bought it on PC after the fact because I was like, oh, this is all right, but I kind of want to just play it on... I saw that it was on Fanatical for like $4 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like,
oh, that's pretty good.
I can make it look better and play it on the go, so I didn't start that.
What were you playing it on before?
Xbox 360. I have it for that, and I have it for the Wii U as well.
Wii U... Did they have it on Vita?
The Wii U version is not a good version, I will say. And here's the thing.
Not a surprise. Not a surprise at all.
Early third-party games for the Wii U are actually really good, like Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Some effort was put into that, and it's actually the ideal way to play that, in my opinion. Because you have pointer controls, it looks as good as the other versions, It's clean, it's smooth. But then you get like Call of Duty Ghost, and at that point, the only reason it's on Wii U is because they said they were going to do it, and they can't back out. And they don't care, so it's just like the shoddiest port ever.
God.
And it's kind of the same thing with... did you play Arkham... What was the second one? Arkham City, the one that they put on Wii U?
I remember...
I didn't play it on Wii U.
I remember they had some stuff where you could like scan stuff with the gamepad.
Yeah,
and things like
that version's good.
Though.
It's built around the Wii U architecture. Same thing with like Ninja Gaiden, but like
Arkham
Origins is very much thrown on there. It doesn't have any multiplayer, which I'm not going to play anyway,
Nice.
so whatever. But the resolution is noticeably lower. It's noticeably more juddery.
Yeah,
I have it for that system just because I buy everything on the Wii U. So
good.
Shakedown Hawaii, I started that. I'm probably not going to play it. But it was just like, hey, it's a Wii U game. Let's buy it.
Right. A new Wii U game. That was just released, wasn't it?
A new Wii U game, yes. It just came out. And I have the special edition and regular edition of a game that
Never
I'm
going to play.
probably going to play.
Yeah, see?
They're still making games for the Wii U?
They just came out with one that's probably the last one, so...
Really?
These are all like
interesting.
indie releases and...
They
and
are.
stuff like
They're
that,
physical
yeah.
versions of indie games.
So
the last official real Wii U game is probably Darksiders War Master, which I have as well.
They put War Mastered on Wii U? I
They
did not know that.
Yep. I have an open copy and I have a sealed copy just because I was like, I bet this is going to be the last like real Wii U game.
Indivisible was
Yeah,
supposed
so
to
you
go
can
on
get
there, too.
Darksiders 1 and 2
on Wii U. That's
on Wii U, yeah.
But yeah.
Probably Just Dance was probably the last one.
Indivisible was also supposed to go on Wii U. Actually, there was a number of different games that were supposed to
That's
release
right,
on Wii
yeah.
U.
Project Cars was supposed to go on
Yeah,
Wii U at one
and
point. Ukulele was supposed to go on Wii U.
And they ended up like scrapping them and putting it on Switch instead. But it seems like the Wii U died really early, but it really didn't. It actually lasted for a good amount of time.
It lasted okay. It just didn't sell well.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the Shovel Knight, if you had the disc of Shovel Knight, just the base level Shovel Knight, you got all the upgrades for free that you had to pay for separately.
Oh, wow.
So I actually do have that one. I have Shovel Knight on physical for Wii U, Xbox One, 3DS. I think that's it.
Wow. I don't think I've
have it
ever
digital.
played Shovel Knight. I hear stuff about Shovel Knight all the time, but I've never
It's good.
played
It's really good.
it. Yeah, I hear it
It's
all
been
the
sitting
time.
on my Steam wish list for a while.
Dude, it's fantastic. I could highly recommend it if you like that sort of game.
It should be like $5 on Steam by now.
Well,
close.
they're all doing the Treasure Trove edition or whatever. So it's all the DLC. I don't think you could just buy straight Shovel Knight anymore. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you might be right.
Wattam is the other thing I played on PlayStation 4.
I was interested
the one
in
thing I
that
played on
because
PlayStation.
I didn't. That's the one thing that I didn't know what that was.
So me and we didn't play it together, but my wife was in there when I started it up, and she's just kind of sitting there watching me play it, which is
usually how it goes.
unlike her.
Yeah.
It's unlike her to like sit there and watch, and she's just giving me these looks like, "What the hell are you playing?" And I'm just like, "Look, I know what it looks like."
What game is this, did you say?
It's called Wattam. It's from the Katamari guy. I forget the guy's name. Wattam. It's digital on PC and PS4, but there are. I think Best Buy might be the only carrier of the physical copy outside of online.
I'm looking this up too because I have no idea what it is either.
Yeah. What in the world?
So essentially, there's nothing. You start off, you're this one dude who has this hat, and he can like make these little bombs out of his hat. That's the entire thing. And then something else appears, and like the idea is to create new things with the couple people you have. But everyone has these like weird. They don't talk, but they have these weird children voices. They just make child sounds, and it's really freaky, especially when you get a bunch of them together. They're just sitting there laughing and like heaving. It just sounds so weird.
I see
It's
the
like
box
the
art.
wackiest, most Japanese thing you probably could ever think of.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and it is very
Yes,
Japanese.
definitely.
Yes, you eventually you can control everybody on the playing field. So you can like get a toilet and like suck up other people and poop them out, and those characters become poop at this point. It's so weird.
Sounds great.
I could recommend it. Yeah, it's actually really fun.
I want to have to. What is this? I see the box art. The box art actually looks pretty interesting. Just a little.
So the box art is different.
Yeah.
It's like randomized. So I got the one with the sun on it, but you can get like a sushi or all this other different
or an
stuff.
apple and all this.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this, which is pretty interesting. Normally, I like looking out for little things like this.
It is co-op too. I tried to get her to play, but she was giving it a side pretty hard. So I'm just like,
no
nah.
way, no. I mean, this absolutely does look like something that the guy who makes Katamari would make. So that's pretty interesting.
And there's like, you just have to solve miniature puzzles. There's no dialogue really.
Yeah.
You just have to solve like these little puzzles based upon the few like little expressions or figure out what's going on. It's cute and interesting, and I want to finish it. I know I've been talking a lot, but I've been playing a lot this week. That's like just been popping things in,
right?
You know, and this is like half of what I've actually been playing. The one game I actually did put some time into outside of Animal Crossing. I always do that one.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing does a lot for your birthday.
Does it?
I will bring that up because you get like a surprise party and you get these cupcakes and like everyone gives you gifts. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I was gonna send my buddy a cupcake because they give you all these cupcakes, but you can pass out to people. And I accidentally sent all of them.
What?
I was like, well,
so that thing that I sent you, I'm gonna need for you to bring most.
I'm gonna need
of
you
that
to
back.
send like 8 of them back.
Yeah, exactly.
I think my wife was kind of interested in playing it because she heard like a lot of people, I guess, at the hospital was playing it or whatever at her work, and then she just got over it. So I never ended up.
I play it every day. My buddy lost his save file, so
Wow.
I took everything I had. I know he had more hours in it than I do, and I have like 200 hours in
Damn.
it. So I took, which isn't really that much compared to a lot of my friends.
Good lord.
But I took everything I had double because he was starting over. I took everything I had double and like 2 million bells or something, and I just took it to his island. And I just dropped it off. I'm like, here,
Wow.
help you get started again, because that's a lot of work, and he's gonna just have to start over. So the only other thing I play with any sort of substance, and this came out today,
Right.
was Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remake. They just calling it Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Okay.
I'm playing that on Xbox One
1X.
and 1X.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I mean I haven't tried it on the base one. The primary reason I did that, and a lot of people's like, why don't you play Tony Hawk? This PlayStation thing. I did not start off on PlayStation with Tony Hawk. I started off on Dreamcast with Tony Hawk.
Really? On Dreamcast?
Yes.
I think
And at the time, the Xbox controller was a lot kind of more and that's a game
substantial.
Hefty. Not the Duke, even just the base one. Like
the controller S, but the controller S came like 2 years later or something like that. So
yeah.
bad.
Even still, though, it was a lot easier of a transition to a Xbox controller from a Dreamcast controller than a
because
PlayStation controller.
I mean, really, they got the idea of the Xbox controller from the Dreamcast controller. You know, Microsoft really stole that.
So that's always been I think I have played a couple of them on PlayStation, but that's always been a Xbox series for me. And most people's heads, it's PlayStation
yeah,
series.
because they played the other one.
I know I got Tony Hawk 3 on GameCube one time, and I'm like, what is this garbage? It looked fine,
Right.
but like that game is like designed to have that.
Those controls are kind of weird though.
That it's so wacky with that, like the beans and the big A button.
Yeah,
I could not play it,
Some-
and I'm good at Tony Hawk. I could not play that game.
some
on
games
GameCube.
just
I-
work better for certain. There's a couple like I can't play Super Smash Bros. Unless I have a GameCube controller, and also
Yep.
the
I'm much better at it with a GameCube controller.
Crystal Chronicles actually felt better using the GameCube controller than it did with like the regular Switch controller. It felt so weird playing
You know
with a
what?
Switch.
I did not try that. That's a
You
good
should
idea.
at least once because it does feel so much better with the GameCube controller. But yeah, I mean,
I got a couple of those wireless GameCube controllers that PDP put out. So.
but the what you're saying about playing it on Xbox, I think that's the first time I played it too. I played Tony Hawk 2X on the original Xbox.
I got you.
Yeah, so I played the one on PlayStation, but the one I really like got to dig into was the one that was on Xbox. And those Duke controllers, I mean, a lot of people, shit on them or whatever, but
They're fine.
one thing they had that me and my friend that I grew up with especially loved about it was that it had all 6 buttons in a row, which a lot of people don't really think about that. But the A, B, X,
It
Y,
does,
and the
yeah.
black and white were all in a row. And we played fighting games all the time. So that was a great controller for that. Even after the Controller S came out, because the black and white buttons were kind of recessed, and then you had to like hit them with your thumb bone or something like that. You couldn't really, they weren't in a row anymore.
They were in a weird spot on the S controller.
Yeah.
I agree.
Which worked fine
but
for
there was
some
not
games.
really too much you could do. They should have put them on top.
Yeah, they should have.
yeah, I
but
digress.
I mean, most games that worked fine, but for fighting games it sucked because, like, you know. But that's mostly what we played. So you know, we always brought out the Dukes or whatever anytime we was playing.
I always liked
Funny.
the right stick on the Duke was different than the left stick.
Yeah, it was.
They were different.
Yeah,
I actually like like one of
it
them
was like
dome
rounded. Yeah, it was like a rounded dome on the right.
Yeah, the right stick is dome
Yeah.
because it's you need. I guess you need to aim with that one. The controller seems
Actually
kind of
didn't
designed
like
for
that.
Halo a little
That
bit.
was a weird
I like
little thing. But yeah, my friend loved that damn controller.
It is a weird, yeah. I actually have 2 of the Dukes for the Xbox One that came out. I didn't get all 3.
Those things are expensive. What was it, like $60 for that thing, or like 70 or 80?
I got them both on sale, so I didn't pay
Gotcha,
the full
gotcha.
price for either one of them. But I have the green one and the black one, and they came out with a red one, but I never got that one. I never use them. I just have them because they're.
Right? Yeah, of course.
Right, there you go.
I have a lot of controllers. Actually, I have a ton of controllers. I'm just like, yeah, that looks awesome. And then I bought it, and then I'm like, I'm never gonna use this probably. So
You were saying that it was better than the HD that Tony Hawk 1 and 2
Way
was better
better.
than the HD they released on 360.
you're not gonna know unless you know Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad this isn't like a direct review. If you know Tony Hawk, this feels right.
Right. Okay.
It feels like Tony Hawk. Like the last one felt like somebody trying to be Tony Hawk, and this actually feels like Tony Hawk.
Like the real.
It
actual
plays
game.
correctly. I'm not as good as I used to be. I can tell, although I'm still pretty good. I got almost all the way through the first game pretty quickly.
Wow. Did you collect all the stuff, like the tapes,
Yeah, about 70% of
the
it. So.
SKATE, and all the other stuff?
Skate, yeah. I collected most of them, yeah.
Oh man, I think
I used to blow through these games, though, no problem. I used to destroy online, but my reaction time is just not what it used to be. I'm not that good anymore. I'm still really good, though.
I found that out
not
myself plenty of times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
You know what's a real awakening is playing Animal Crossing and missing a fish because you were too slow to hit the button. Like when they went under the water. I'm like, really? This is a game designed for children, and I can't even catch a damn fish.
all right, so what else we got on the docket?
That's it for me as far as like games played. I know it was quite a bit. We're 42 minutes in at this point.
Yeah.
So
We still got a lot of
rambling on.
news. Let's see the recent news. There's a lot of good news actually. I guess we can start with Gamescom.
We're not going to
Live.
talk about any of it. I'm just joking. Of course we are.
We can go through Gamescom Live first, just because Gamescom Live actually didn't
You
do
can
a
go
whole
through
lot.
Gamescom Live first, because I did watch it, but I don't remember too much about it because I found it to be relatively underwhelming.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff. Really, I'm just going to pick
Yeah.
out like the things that really stood out to me.
Yeah.
You guys want to like
Go
drop
for it.
in here?
Yeah, because I remember I texted you and you're like, that doesn't start till later or whatever, and I was just like, nope, it's on right now.
Yeah, I thought it came on late, but then when I watched it, I was like, no, it wasn't really worth all that.
Jonathan, did you watch any of this stuff?
I did not know.
Okay.
I read
Like a synopsis
overview
or
of
something.
it.
Yeah.
I read some of like GameSpot's highlights from it.
That's kind of the way.
Yeah, you're not really
scenario,
missing
I
a
think.
whole lot. It was a lot of E3 fluff, really.
Yeah.
Especially that.
It did seem there was a couple things that I was excited about, and I mean I'll let you go through, but
Good.
I'll point them out as they go by.
The weirdest, I just want to point out, like, first off, the weirdest E3 fluff moment was definitely when Doc Brown announces something
Okay,
for,
I agree.
was it for Surgeon Simulator or whatever? That was
Surgeon
terrible.
Simulator 2, I believe.
They, it was all this, all this theatrics and everything. They had, like, the burn marks from the DeLorean, and it was like, oh, wow, it's Doc Brown.
What does that have
What
to
is
do
he
with
here
Back to the
for?
Future at
Yeah,
all?
and it's like all this Back to the Future, shit, and then he talks about Surgeon Simulator, and it's like, why?
Do you think they had somebody else that was a little more relevant, and then they were like, damn, he dropped out?
See, even if they just
Call
had
anyone.
Christopher Lloyd just as himself doing it, then okay, all right.
That would make more
'Cause,
sense. I
he's
agree.
a doc, but then when they do, they
how
go
old is
like
Christopher Lloyd?
full old as shit, Methuselah, I don't know, something like that. So
Probably like 300 at this point.
But when they
Jesus,
go like
like
full on like Back to the Future, they have the music, going. They have like the little tire burn marks on the ground and everything. And it's like, oh, Surgeon Simulator is awesome.
when they were kind of doing all that, I'm just like, is this going to have a Back to the Future thing?
I thought it was going to be like the next chapter because they had that Telltale Games series, right?
Which is pretty good.
I thought, maybe it's the next game in that series because they only did the first one, right? They didn't do like the second or third movies.
No, it's kind of all
together in there.
It doesn't need.
See, if I knew the lore, then I wouldn't have gotten all excited for no reason. But
yeah, it's not really related to the movies.
So that was just like out of nowhere, and that was some good old E3 crap. But that's what what's his name is good for. What's his name now? The Games Awards guy. He's on everything.
Oh, Jeff Keighley, but he's not. Was it his? I don't think it was his decision.
Well, probably not his decision, but he was the host, so I blame him. I blame Keighley.
Everything's Keighley's fault.
You win some, you lose some. So so this list we have Dragon Age 4, which
they still didn't show a game.
Not a damn thing. They didn't show anything. Nothing whatsoever. They just talked about it. Hey, look, guys, we're working on something.
Hey, guys, remember Dragon Age 4 we talked about a long time ago?
Dragon Age.
We're still doing that.
Here's some drawings and shit, and, we'll just go with that. And, so I do like Dragon Age.
I mean, I'm excited for Dragon Age 4, but I never even beat Inquisition.
I liked Inquisition a lot. I didn't beat it either. The whole using the joystick to go through menus thing is just, I just couldn't get over that. It's really weird. It's one of the few games that forces you to use a joystick to go through all menus, even on like.
I wonder if that's different on PC.
I hope so. It probably is, but.
Maybe I could play that on.
That was just weird. But yeah, Dragon Age.
I actually have that for Xbox 360 as well. If you want to laugh. No, not Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Inquisition I have on 360.
I heard it was released on 360. I don't think I've ever even seen that version.
I bought it on like one of those, like you got something free, so I was like, why not, right? I'm curious. Same thing with Shadow of Mordor,
right?
I think.
Yeah, that's also on 360. Yeah, that's right.
So those are funny. Actually, Shadow of Mordor is not terrible.
They don't even have that whole Nemesis system or whatever it was.
It's a different game.
Wow.
Dragon Age Inquisition is the same game though. However, every texture is like. You ever walk into a room in a game and like the textures just like take a second to load in all the way?
They just never do.
It's like it got to the second point and it stopped. So it's like,
the whole time.
It's really bad.
Ouch.
Everyone's just wearing clay. It's great.
But yeah, Dragon Age 4 is not going to come out for 5 years. Stop dangling this in front of people. We'll just let us know when it's about a month or so out, and then we can just go on from there.
There you go. Let me get excited when it's relevant.
So moving on from that, Doom Eternal, they have like a DLC coming out. It's apparently it can be standalone, which is kind of interesting.
I played that this week too.
So yeah, I saw that.
I'm waiting for that to come down in price again so I can get it. That has a Series X.
Man, I meant to tell you. I meant to tell you when I bought it the other day. I got it for $14.
Wait, what?
Oh, what?
Oh my God.
Doom Eternal?
But you got it physical though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I probably.
Holy crap!
I still would have tried to get it digital, but yet, they have a free upgrade for this, don't they? For Series X, I think I heard that they do.
They do.
Okay, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
It's a good game. I've played all the way through it. So
man,
I played a little bit this week. I restarted. I started on the Xbox One S, out of curiosity, and actually it's fine.
Yeah, because the first when I first played 2016, it was before I got my One X. And it ran at 60. It ran great.
I mean, if you get up on the screen, maybe it's a little grainy, but
blurry
it's fine.
And stuff like that. But
I did notice all the new filters that they added in, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely want to play that. Fall Guys Season 2. So I've never played Fall Guys.
I played that this week too.
So you did play it? Okay.
I did.
So is this?
I played 3 rounds. I lost all 3, and I gave up.
So all the hype that's around this game, is it deserving of the hype?
Okay. If you're not okay, this is a really weird because I don't want to like piss off the Fall Guy guys.
Before we do that, Jonathan, have you seen anything about Fall Guys yet?
Yeah, I've seen stuff. I've seen people play it, watch people play it on.
I don't know how you
YouTube
can't
and
have heard of
Twitch
this at this
and-
point.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess in general.
This is the new hotness.
I haven't played it myself, but some of
haven't
my
either.
friends actually.
So
started
it was
playing
free on PlayStation Plus the first month it was out. So
Right.
that's why that was.
Yeah, why everybody
It's kinda
has
like-
it. It's doing
Yeah,
the
I
Rocket
gotcha.
League thing, so
And good
yeah,
on
more
them.
power to them.
All the people seem really cool. The developers and
Yeah.
stuff, they seem really awesome.
So how did your
So good on
how
them.
did your experience with Fall Guys go?
Here's the thing, it's fine. It plays kind of like a Mario Party minigame, but longer.
Yeah, seems like that.
If you're the type of person that doesn't really play a lot of games and doesn't play things for story and just wants to sit there and just veg out on the couch and like
And just
have a
like
good
run
time
into
at a party or
walls and other
something like
people
that.
and stuff.
It's kind of like the equivalent. You ever play Gang Beast?
Gang Beast. I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I've played that.
Okay, so Gang Beast is a lot of fun if you have a group of people around and you just want to fuck around and like just it's just have a good time, and
Run into shit.
that's kind of what
and
Fall Guys is,
stuff.
but it's online and it's it's not a fighting game like Gang Beast, but it's very simple. I feel like personally I'm wasting my time playing because there's no story.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm having fun, but I could just have just as much fun getting through something.
I guess you'd really have to get into. But it kind of reminds me. There's this obstacle course game on 360 where you use your avatars. It was like Doritos.
Dude, I love that game.
We used to play.
I know what you're talking
I forgot
about.
the name of that
Dude, I was
game
ranked
now.
on that game for one of the two,
What was it?
like the speed
It was
challenges.
Doritos.
Crash
Course. So me, my brother,
I
and
love that game.
my wife, we used to play the hell out of this game. And really, Fall Guys seems like Doritos Crash Course with funky physics and like in an open,
Yes.
environment.
It's Doritos Crash Course, but not a side scroller
Right,
for one,
yeah.
because Doritos Crash Course
Yeah.
was. And there's like 60 people on the screen
Right.
at once. It's just Pandalaria.
So I guess I can see that. I really do miss Doritos Crash Course. That was a fun ass game.
I would have probably loved this when Doritos Crash Course came out. Was that about 10 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So I would have been all up into Fall Guys about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But now I don't
Right,
really care.
exactly. I'm kind of over the whole noodly physics thing. It's like, I
Yeah.
guess that's cool. Some people still get excited for noodly physics, but whatever.
Yeah. yeah.
But yeah, so
Gang Beast you need to check out, though, if you can find some people to play with. You need like 4 people, and it's a blast.
four-player fighting game.
It's a fighting game, but everyone is like that noodly,
Noodly
physics like,
physics,
sort of
of
thing. And the
course.
idea is to like, there's usually like a pit in the middle of the
Yeah.
arena, and you're trying to get the other players into the pit. And it's just, it's
I might have to check
It's
that
a
out.
crazy time.
I might have to check that out. So then the next one we got
Yes.
is Star Wars Squadrons. We've already talked about this a lot on the show.
on like our second episode, I think, or something.
So I do want to get kind of your thoughts on it, Jonathan. If you've seen anything about Star Wars Squadrons?
I actually have not. I've seen I've heard of it, but I mean, I haven't seen much. I haven't seen much about
Like
it.
all the trailers and stuff. So it looked.
Any interest or anything? You're just kind of like,
Yeah, it's
there.
a game.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I am
I don't know.
I am looking forward to
I'm
it.
not really a flight sim kind of a guy, so
And it is definitely
pilot
more.
stuff is never really. Sorry.
Yeah,
go
no,
ahead.
you're good. Yeah. It is more of like a flight sim. Flight sim type
sim.
of game. Because a friend of mine, we used to play X-Wing Alliance way back in the day. He was on one of the earlier episodes, and he's also named Jonathan. Jonathan
Yes,
Belmonte.
that's why I asked if that's why I was talking about the Jonathans earlier.
But yeah, so we used to play, X-Wing Alliance. So this is probably the first of those kind of like flight simi type Star Wars games in a long time. So it's more in depth than something like Rogue Squadron or that the multiplayer in Battlefront 2, but still kind of like not to the level of X-Wing Alliance, which I think is a good thing. Get more people into it.
Well, you gotta have accessibility.
X-Wing Alliance was crazy. I mean, every key on the keyboard did like 2 or 3 functions. It was straight, Microsoft Flight Simulator, but Star Wars.
Nothing's
level.
that. That's ridiculous.
It was there. The
gonna
first
get
couple of
into that
missions was basically just you carrying cargo. Like you actually had to hit a button to latch on the cargo, match your speed with it. Get the cargo, dump it at another place, and then in the middle of that, you start getting attacked by TIE fighters and hilarity ensues from there.
Clever missions designed to teach you to
Yeah.
play the game.
So it's pretty sweet. So I'll be glad to get back into that. So Little Nightmares 2. I've never played the first Little Nightmares, so I'm not really in on the hype. But it seems like a lot of people.
I didn't
like
either,
this.
but I kind of want to, and it goes on sale all the time. But it's always at that point on sale where I'm just like, I'll wait till it gets like
Wait till it
$2
gets
cheaper than
lower.
that.
Yeah,
And it's like getting like $5-6, and I'm like, it'll get cheaper.
just perpetually waiting for it.
They're just gonna be like giving me money. I'm like, they give me more money.
I've heard that this is a really creepy game, really scary game. I guess I'm seeing it. I guess it looks kind of creepy. I'm not
Namco published, I
super
believe,
interested in
correct?
it. Yeah, it's Namco Bandai. Yep. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe we'll keep an eye out.
I'm interested, and I do want to play it. There's a physical copy out for consoles. I may get it because it's so cheap right now, and even still, I'm just
Yeah,
laughing on
it
it.
can be like released for free on Gold or something. It's like,
I guess
then I
I'll
gotta
download
download it. So the next thing is The Sims 4 Journey to Batu game pack.
Oh god.
So let me just start.
Sims continue.
Let me just start with this because
You're the only one with any Sims experience. Well, I don't know about Jonathan,
yeah,
but
you know, Mike, that my wife loves The Sims. She loves The Sims. So I don't really care too much about The Sims very much. It's not my kind of game. I like Star Wars stuff. She could care less about any kind of Star Wars stuff. So if you've seen a lot of the backlash,
I like Star Wars stuff too. And looking at this, I'm just
if
you can't see me. This is an audio podcast. I'm face palming
just
like as hard as
just like as hard as possible. So I mean, it's if you look at some of the backlash about this, a lot of Sims people are complaining about it because there's a lot of issues with the Sims. Like they don't even have fucking garage doors, in the Sims, and they're putting in Star
Really?
Wars. It's just they haven't listened to.
We can have
anything.
space garage doors now, though.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
And if you already know the pricing scheme for a lot of this stuff, like the expansions are $40,
$40, right?
The game packs are $20, and then the stuff packs are $10. I think somebody tallied the whole thing together. I think it's like over $700 to buy everything. So that's crazy.
Good night.
But there's a physical copy of this one coming out for console too that actually has this and the base Sims 4 with it.
Wow.
I think I tried to play the Sims 1 on GameCube, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm just watching people.
So this.
I could do.
So the
I don't get it personally, so.
Sims people are not happy about this because there's a lot of base stuff that should be fixed first, and the majority of people that really love Sims don't care about Star Wars, and a lot of people that really want to play a Star Wars game are not going to play
Don't
the
care about the
Sims.
Sims.
So it's just like
Yeah.
EA was like, hey, we got the Star Wars license. Let's just throw some Star Wars in this Sims 4. They wanted to exhibit that shit, and that's like that doesn't work for everything. It's like, oh, I put some Star Wars into your Sims, or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
Let's just go ahead and have Doom Sims
It's
while
like,
we're
I
at
heard
it.
you like Star Wars.
Just start
Yeah,
looking around
exactly.
at everything.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a great idea. It's still gonna make money because it's still Star Wars, and I'm sure The Sims is making money for them hand over fist regardless. But don't think that was the greatest idea.
Yeah.
So next,
The other Star Wars thing I am excited about, though, I don't know if that's what you're going to get to next.
it's Call of Duty next.
I'm jumping to it right
But
now.
go ahead.
The Lego Star Wars Skywalker
Yes.
Might as well.
Saga.
Yes.
I am hype mode on this
Yes.
because I love Lego Star Wars in general. It's like one of the better Lego games, even though it's the two oldest of this sort of series. Because you had Lego Star Wars and Lego Star Wars 2, and then they had the complete saga that came out. This one's going to encompass those three sequel movies, I guess, all together. And I'm guessing they're going to, well, I'm sure they are. They're going to redesign the entire original trilogy and prequel trilogy to go along with it.
Oh, yeah.
I should hope so. I should
New
hope
graphics
so.
and everything. It's beautiful looking. They talk now.
Oh, they don't make
mildly
like those
disappointing.
random
Yeah.
sounds.
They've
or
been
whatever.
talking for a while. I got over it. But it's clearly not like Luke Skywalker's
Right,
talking. I was
yeah,
like,
of
that's
course.
clearly not Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
It's not even a
Yeah.
good impersonation of him.
Which is funny because Mark Hamill does voiceover, so I don't understand why
He
they
does,
didn't
right?
get him.
I mean, if they got him though,
He's
they would
probably
have to get,
expensive.
like,
That's probably
everybody
why.
else. And there's
Yeah.
like 100 characters in these games, so
Yeah.
That's true.
so that is interesting.
They probably have one guy trying to do like 25 characters.
They didn't get Frank Oz to do Yoda, did they?
No, it's well, I don't know, but
Someone else.
Yeah.
I know they got. Well, I don't know, but it sounded like Sam Witwer was doing the Emperor. He does the Emperor. He does a lot of Star Wars voiceovers. He's the Star Killer in The Force Unleashed, but he also does voiceovers.
Okay.
He's the mocap actor and the actor, I guess, for that. So
I am actually super neutral on this. I played one of them back on 360, and that was it for me. But
I'm very particular on my. Okay. The Force Awakens, Lego The Force Awakens is a damn good Star Wars Lego game and Star Wars game at that fact. But I'm very iffy on my Lego games. Some of them I like. You could tell there's like two teams. There's the team I like, and there's the bullshit team. The bullshit team, Lego Batman, Lego Harry Potter.
Oh, like the development team. Gotcha.
Yes, and the reason why, and there's the Lego games that usually give you like 2 or 3 characters that each have their own abilities, and you can switch back and forth, and that's how you progress through the story. That's like your puzzles. And then there's like Lego Harry Potter or Lego Batman, where they only have 2 characters, but they don't have any unique abilities. However, they have like 9 or 10 different spells or costumes that you have to constantly keep switching between to progress. That's obnoxious. So that's my take on it.
So it's kind of like free play all the time.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's kind of like, because that's what you do in free play in the Star Wars, where you have to switch between the different characters to keep.
Yes. That's how I kind of feel with those sort of games. I've never gotten to a Lego Batman game or Lego. Well, actually, I did get through Lego Harry Potter.
Or like the DC heroes or the Marvel heroes, and there's a lot of Lego.
The
games,
Marvel
man.
ones are the same way. I don't think they're that good. I did get through them. Not
There's
too.
a lot of damn Lego games.
So, Jonathan, you play Lego games, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, the funny thing is, I think I own all of them.
I do too. I don't have Lego Rock Band. I'll say that much. I don't have Lego Rock Band.
Lego Rock. I didn't even know that existed.
There you
So
go.
you don't have all.
There you go. Complete the collection.
Apparently not.
So
just
yeah.
But I actually haven't.
Give me a top
played-
3 at least.
So,
Go ahead.
I actually haven't played any of them except for the Lego Star Wars ones.
Oh well, then that's the only one you can. It's not a bad one. I will say. I will give you my top 3, be it that I've played most of them. And you know what? Now that I'm saying this, I don't even know what my top 3 would be.
Oh, nice.
Lego City Undercover is definitely one of them.
that a lot.
That one's
I hear that a lot.
fantastic. Dude, it's
They
so
said
good.
that's like
It
one
has
of the
such
best
good humor.
Wii U games.
It's not co-op. It's only single player, but it's one of the best Lego games. It's funny. You will legitimately laugh at that game several times. It's
They
funny.
re-released that on Xbox One and PS4 and stuff, didn't they?
I have it for Xbox One, Wii U, Switch, and PC.
Interesting.
The Wii U version and the Switch version have the worst load times, but they have exclusive Nintendo content, and it's totally worth it.
Gotcha. So Alien Shield and whatnot.
There's like Mario stuff, yeah, kind of sprinkled throughout. It's like all very subtle stuff. You don't have to get that version, but all versions load slowly, even the PC one.
Interesting.
And my computer is not that weak, and even it loads.
They probably
slowly,
didn't
so.
like optimize the loading stuff
they
from
did not.
Wii U, because Wii U.
They did.
Oh my god. We've said this multiple
No,
times.
the Wii U is straight garbage because it has to load the whole thing. There's not like an installation sort of thing. That's what I was telling you about
Loading's
Splinter Cell
terrible.
Blacklist. It's like straight 2 minutes per mission.
Good lord.
For some loading. But yeah, Lego City Undercover, Lego Indiana Jones, the first one, is fantastic. And Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
I almost forgot about that one.
Fantastic. Lego Pirates of the
God,
Caribbean.
there's a lot
is
of
one
damn
the best
Lego
ones.
games. Oh my god.
All of them have the same mechanic, though.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was going to say, if you can think of an IP, Lego probably has the game out for it.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna start rolling through some of these other ones because a lot of these.
Yeah,
are,
roll through because we're already in an hour.
and some of these are not.
Oh, there's one other one I'm excited about, but I'll wait till you get there. I'm not gonna throw it in
So
there.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I am interested in getting this. Probably not when it first comes out. I do like the Black Ops line of story stuff.
I do too.
Like World at War and Black
I do
Ops.
too. I tend to run through these kind of like expendable movies where it's just like that was fun for the 2.5 hours it took me to get through it.
And then that,
but I'm never gonna go back to it.
So World of Warcraft Shadowlands. I don't play World of Warcraft, so I'm good. This trailer was like a 5-minute story trailer in the middle of this like gaming conference thing, and I'm like, I don't know anything about Warcraft. I have no idea who these people are or what's going on. Why would you have this weird like it was like a Blizzard short, you know? It's this
That's
whole
why they got that
this
money.
whole damn short.
Activision Blizzard money. Just play this.
Weird. It was so
Here's the
weird.
money.
But anyways, 12 minutes. They showed
There's
this
like 3
before.
more parts of that.
Yeah. I think that was just the first part they showed. I'm not gonna watch the other parts today. But was it 12? 12 minutes. They showed it before. It's that one where you're kind of like stuck in that apartment.
Oh
and
yeah.
You keep reliving
That looks
it over
interesting.
and over.
That's on Game Pass. It's going to be on Game Pass when it
yeah.
comes out, right? Because Xbox. I'm totally going to play it, but I don't care until it comes out.
Oh,
so.
voice acting by Daisy Ridley, James McAvoy, and Willem Dafoe.
And Willem
I did
Dafoe.
not know that.
Really?
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe was also in Beyond Two Souls, which I still haven't played either, and I bought that years ago.
I thought you were about to tell me he was in Spider-Man or something.
I think he was.
It's
I
obvious.
think he was in the first Spider-Man game, maybe.
Like the very
The
first
very
one?
first.
I thought he was going to say he was in the first Spider-Man movie.
The
Yes,
very
he was.
first
Yeah,
Spider-Man movie game for like the original Xbox. Terrible game, but I love that game because it was. But yeah, anyway,
Interesting note on that: the original Xbox version has extra levels in it.
yeah, it does.
Craven the Hunter. I don't
Lem.
Random gaming knowledge.
Was it Lemni's Gate? I don't know. So this is the shooter where it's Groundhog Day, but it's a shooter.
Gotcha.
Yep. Moving on.
Oh,
So Age of
Moving on.
Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition is actually pretty dope. I'm not super into Age of Empires, but
Definitive War Master
it is
Edition.
nice. So it has like the Xbox logos all over, and it's PC only. So confusing. So
I think that's on Game Pass now.
I believe
Actually,
so.
I'm not positive. I got on the Xbox thing earlier. And I
Oh,
noticed there was
October
a few new
15th. That's when it comes out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, something else popped up
Yeah,
that was similar.
It's
looking.
coming pretty soon though. To Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. This looks really interesting to me. It's
does.
a full Medal of
VR,
Honor
though.
game in VR, which there's nothing really that kind of, comes out to me in like a lot of the VR games that are available. So this is like a AAA VR game actually. So that's pretty interesting. There's not a lot.
Jonathan, you have a PC, right? Do you have a VR?
Me? Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
I have.
Are you going to play this?
It actually, I've never played any of the Medal of Honor games.
I don't really
but-
think it matters in this
Probably
case.
not.
Yeah, I saw this.
Everybody knows what happens in these Medal of Honor games. It's World War II, so you don't have to worry about the storyline.
Shoot the German people. Got it.
Although it did say it's only on the Rift and the Quest.
Oh, it did.
And I have a
the index, right?
an index. Yeah. So I don't know if it's exclusive to but it does sound
That's kind
interesting
of
to be like have no cutscenes or anything like that, and to go completely from your perspective. It does sound
that's very interesting. And they're doing the main thing is that they're doing something different from Call of Duty and Battlefield, which Medal of Honor.
Yeah, it doesn't just look like the
Yeah,
same
Medal
thing.
of Honor has
It
been
looks-
struggling
it looks like
with
its own
that
thing.
for a while. Like they did that last Medal of Honor game, which is basically just like Call of Duty.
Warfighter. Yeah, there was like 2 that they tried to reboot. It was Medal of Honor. They just called it
Right.
Medal of Honor, and then there was Medal of Honor Warfighter.
Yeah, that
It's
didn't
like,
work out very well. So
It was Battlefield
yeah,
again.
so
that's
this
all it
is
was.
this is very interesting that they're doing this. So props to them. If it's exclusive though, it's kind of weird how all these VR systems are all like, secluded from each other. But
It is weird. If I was going to get one on PC, I probably would get an Oculus just for the fact that it seems like
it
that's
has the
kind of
most
where
stuff.
kind of
Isn't the Index like the most,
Yeah.
I guess, technically impressive one?
Yeah.
Like specs
Yeah.
wise and everything.
and also the most expensive.
right. Yeah. So that kind of so that's not coming out. For
But
that.
I mean, as we've seen with the console wars over and over again,
Right.
just because you have the best hardware does
you
not
have like
mean
the
you're
best
gonna
games or whatever.
win.
That kind of stuff.
The thing about Oculus is the whole Facebook thing, which I did not want to get into, and now I even more so don't want to get into.
Yeah, I hate the fact that you have to have a Facebook account because I
Right.
want a
What?
Facebook
Really?
account.
Right.
That's-
And
Yeah, you have to have
They're
one
about
now.
to lock it down, so where you have to sign in to Oculus with your Facebook account.
well,
So it's
that's
like-
off the docket.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I had to do for Spotify.
I just have to create a Facebook account just to
I had
get
to do
on.
that for Spotify when it first came out. I don't use Facebook at all. I don't even have a page, but I had to sign up for it so I can use Spotify when it first came out. And then maybe
Yeah,
like a
that's
year or
wacky.
so later, they're like, "Oh, now you can sign up for Spotify without Facebook." It's like, damn it, man, are you serious?
Yeah, so Oculus did it in reverse.
There you go.
But yeah, so the next one we got is Unknown 9 Awakening. This is a very super generic name. The game, I mean, you didn't see anything from the game. It's just a CG trailer. So whatever. There's powers. She was in
Moving
India.
on.
Moving on. Surgeon Simulator 2, we already talked about that. Surgeon Simulator apparently has Back to the Future references. It doesn't, but whatever. Sam & Max VR. So...
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sam & Max. Oh, that's
Sam
VR?
& Max VR.
Sam & Max VR.
I did not see that.
I thought it was just a new Sam & Max. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah,
to
I didn't.
VR.
I didn't notice that until just now either.
Oh,
But yeah,
it
Sam &
sucks.
Max this time
like
is
Sam &
virtual.
Max.
Is the name of the game.
Oh, well, that would make sense
Right.
then.
So if you,
Oh, I'm
didn't
excited
even
about
pay
that.
yeah, so if you like Sam & Max, this is right up your valley. So
I love Sam &
it
Max.
hasn't. It's been a while since the last one. Last couple came
I
out.
only have the first two.
Yeah,
Not
the-
the first, not the Pixel. I have the two that were in 3D more recently. I think. So.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called.
There's like season 1, season 2, and season 3.
Yeah, I have season 1 and 2.
Telltale.
That's what it is, and I have them on the Wii.
Right. Yeah, it did
nice.
come
I
out the
didn't know it
Wii.
came
Yeah.
out on Wii.
Yeah, it did. All right, so the World of Warcraft animated short, we already talked about that. I complained about that already. Destiny 2, Beyond Light. It's Destiny 2. All right, moving on. So Warhammer, Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the things that I'm going to complain about next.
Age of Sigmar. I don't know anything about this Warhammer game. It's kind of funny that they put it on like right after. I think they put the trailer up like right after World of Warcraft, and they just like they look so interchangeable. But I guess we'll find out more about it later. Crash Bandicoot 4. This does look interesting.
Yeah.
They announced.
We've talked about this several times
Yeah.
on this show at this point. Like, come out.
They
already.
announced flashback tape levels, which is I don't know if that was worth a spot at Gamescom for that, but whatever. You got to keep it in people's minds, so whatever. Outriders. So the more I see about Outriders, the more interested I'm actually getting about it. Because the first time I heard of it, I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's like a generic shooter. But now that I'm looking at it, it's basically, what is it? It's kind of like Gears of War. The people can fly, Gears of War. So Gears of War Judgment with
Yes.
like powers and stuff. So it's kind of like Mass Effect / Gears of War /
Should be okay then.
Bulletstorm,
I mean, the thing,
maybe.
just what you said
Yeah.
alone. You could stop now. It's fine.
Sold. I'm ready. I'm all for it. So yeah, I mean, it looks really interesting. So I want to see where that goes. Necromunda Ultra Hive Wars.
A lot of these things you're saying, and I have a list in front of me. I'm not seeing any of these things, so I don't know where your list is.
I don't know.
coming
I didn't. That name doesn't even sound familiar to me, and I'm moving on. So
from. All right. Well, keep it.
Teardown. This was that game I think we talked about a little bit, where that's the one. It's like a voxel. It's a voxel graphic style.
Oh yeah. Where the whole environment.
Yeah, the whole environment's destructible, and he's kind of just like walking around and busting through walls and stuff to get to different objectives.
I would have been far more impressed if it would have been not voxel.
Right. So I'm not really into the whole voxel thing either. So moving on from that, Godfall. Again. They have to.
Moving on. We've talked about
They have to
Godfall
show it
100
every single time. So yeah, we
Show.
definitely can move on.
I'm
from
so
that.
sick of hearing about
'Cause
Godfall.
it's so, and they show it like over and over, and it's like, oh look, you can attack stuff with 3-hit combos. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Yes, it's a video
Let's
game. Welcome
move
to
on.
it.
So Override 2, Super Mech League. I played the first Override. I didn't think it was that good at all. I'm surprised they're making
That
a
was
second
free
one.
on Games with Gold recently.
Yeah, it
I
was,
believe.
and I got it from that, downloaded it, played it, and I was like, yeah, I'm good, and then deleted it. So moving on from that,
Can't pass.
Mafia Definitive Edition. This looks really good.
I'm excited. I'll
I like
play
how
that.
it looks. I never played the original. I haven't played any of the Mafias. I played like a demo of the third
me
Mafia.
neither.
Dude, Mafia 3 is. A lot of people complain about how repetitive it is.
I heard, yeah,
Good
I heard
game
that
though.
it was really
I like
good.
it a lot.
I mean, it's still an open world game, so I'm kind of conflicted because I really,
Oh, yeah,
I
you and
really
open
don't
world
like
games.
open world games, but I might give this one a try. We'll see how it goes. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, we already talked about that.
Yep.
Struggling. So this is like Super Meatball.
We
sort
talked
of.
about this last week.
Yeah,
Moving
let's move on with that. Corvs or Chorus.
Where are you getting all these names from? I'm like, you gotta be done.
Yeah, so Chorus is that space flight shooter thing. Looks good. I might play it. Moving on from that.
Like my list is like 10 games long.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
like all of them. So that's what I'm like rolling through. So Wasteland 3,
Yes.
that's actually released already now.
Right. That's already out. You're an hour and 13
All right,
minutes.
so Spellbreak. I'm actually glad this is finally coming out because I remember watching the trailer for this like 4 years ago or something like that, 3 or 4 years ago. They announced this so long ago, and it's been in beta and everything. Spellbreak is that like magic-based battle royale. So this originally they were working on it at the time before Battle Royale started coming out really heavy. So this was around like
really?
PUBG, stuff. So this is like one of the original ones, but it took so long for it to come out that it's like a super Me Too game.
PUBG's coming out of early access actually pretty soon too.
What? Really? That shit's been out for years. Yeah. What's the point of that?
Officially
That's
coming out soon.
so weird when games are like in beta for like 10 years. Anyways, Scarlet Nexus, we already know about that game. I'm still not sold on it yet.
I'm sold on the fact that I'm going to rent it.
I'm sold on the fact that I'm going to rent it. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I mean, it looks good, but it looks kind of like basic too. Quantum Error.
Yep.
I don't know much about that, but it looks pretty good.
I don't know anything
Dirt
about
5,
it.
already know about that. Keep going. Bridge Constructor, The Walking Dead. Really? Seriously? Moving on.
What?
Okay, the trailer for that right there, I'm like, I was getting excited. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then they're like,
ooh, Bridge Constructor. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Get that shit out of here. that terrible trailer. So anyways.
We're just shitting all over this at this point. But do realize that.
So, what was it? WWE 2K.
I'm not hating on anything. I'm just not for me.
I will hate on stuff if it deserves it. If it really deserves it. That trailer definitely deserved it because it looked like
that trailer was hyping up something that didn't need to be hyped up that much. I agree. But
to me, I thought. I mean, it looked like what was that Wii U zombie game? Oh, Zombie U. Duh.
Zombie
U. It looked like. Oh wow, is there going to be another one of those, or maybe some other random zombie game? There's like 50 of them out right now. Anyway, but Bridge Constructor. Seriously? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Next, we'll have Bridge Constructor going through the afterlife.
Yeah. It's gone from our previous episode. So WWE 2K Battlegrounds. I actually like this idea, but it doesn't look very good. It looks kind of too basic, but whatever. Because I used to like those old wrestling games, like WrestleMania for PlayStation and everything. The one that looks like Mortal Kombat, and when you hit somebody, like hams and stuff would fall out of them.
Oh no!
But anyways, we actually have, we might as well just
You still haven't got to the two that I am mildly interested in. So
that was the end of my list.
I'm
so
tired of waiting on it.
Go ahead.
So, Lord of the Rings Gollum got a little love, which we hadn't really seen anything about that. I am interested in this. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I'm interested.
I haven't heard of this. Do you play Gollum?
You play as Gollum.
You do play Gollum.
You play as Gollum.
Huh.
And apparently there's supposed to be some sort of like character choice business to it, which I don't really get because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, so right now for me, this is like Star Wars R2-D2. So I am so far away.
Dude, I would play that.
I'm so far away from caring about this game. It is not even funny.
I would totally play Star Wars R2-D2. Somebody make that right now.
And look, I refuse to watch any gameplay for this because Gollum scampering around and doing stealth kills and everything. Like, oh my god, man.
Dude, if it's like, what is that one game where you play as a goblin?
Yeah, Styx. Yes, Styx.
If it's like Styx, I'm all about it because Styx plays like a thief.
Yeah, that's true. Styx is a pretty good game.
So if Gollum plays like thief, I'm about it. So
actually, I would be down for that too because I love thief.
Yeah.
God. And just
so,
imagine,
I don't know.
he's gonna
we'll
he's gonna have all his little one-liners from the movies and everything, and oh my god, I don't know.
I wonder if they're gonna get old boy, what's his name, to voice him.
Andy Serkis.
The guy.
Andy Serkis. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, he's been in games, so I could imagine
been a couple.
do it.
I think even.
And the one thing, I'm trying to keep it going.
Go ahead.
The next game, the one I wanted to bitch about,
right?
The one that I will hate on, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. What the hell are you guys doing?
I have actually
Frogware.
don't remember seeing this, but go ahead.
Okay, so it's on my thing. They showed like a new trailer for it. Dude, I don't know if we talked about this on the show or not at one point, but yeah. So like the last two Sherlock Holmes games, the last one was Devil's Daughter. Yeah. This one, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, is supposed to be when he's like younger. Why does he look like a K-pop singer, like but not Asian? Like,
that's what you gotta do.
Why?
That's what you
Why
have
does
to
he
do.
look like this?
It's just like all those mobile games or whatever, like the non-action oriented mobile games, and all of them look like K-pop stars or whatever.
But dude, like, here's the thing: Sherlock Holmes fans want a certain thing, and for the past 20 years almost, they've been doing this one channel of Sherlock Holmes games, and people that want it, like me, have been buying them. and I guess that's just not enough for them. Because like the last game, they tried to make him look like Robert. Dude, they've had the same voice actor for the longest time. The same like, and I'm even in one of like the they did like a YouTube video for like Devil's Daughter, I sent in a question like, why did you change the design of Sherlock Holmes? I think I wrote like, why did you change the character model? They're like, we always change the character model for every new game, and I'm like, I know that dipshit. Why did you change it? Like I know you're gonna update it.
Oh my god!
Like it's obviously you're gonna update it, but like, why'd you make him look like a douche all of a sudden? So
it's the same. It's the
he
same
looks and
voice
sounds like a
actor,
douche in
but
that
then,
game.
Like just different character designs each time. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, but he's had like the same design in these games. He's been voiced by the same dude. Same thing with Dr. Watson. It's just like, and those games are classic and they're good and they're like nice detective-y. And in this one, they're like trying to be all dark and edgy and.
So now they're Bishonen detectives now. So.
I don't know, like the whole trailer. Watch the trailer at some point. It's very like ham-fisted. I think. Well, not really ham-fisted.
I'd have to see this. This is hilarious.
It feels very full of itself, though, and I'm just like, stop.
But you know, there are some Sherlock Holmes animes actually that are out with Bishonen looking, Holmes and Watson and everything.
You know what? I'm not surprised, but
so maybe they're going for that.
I don't know. They're trying to get a bigger audience, and I get that, but at the same time, it's like just market your stuff better. Don't alienate your existing fans like you have been. But I could go on a rant about this, like I haven't already.
So we actually we have been on air for a while. So let's just roll through the Nintendo Direct Mini really quick. Or do we want to do the DC one? Let's do the DC one. Do the DC one, and we'll roll through the other two with the. So I'm gonna skip over the movie stuff. Really, the only thing I'm gonna say about the movies from the DC fandom, where they showed a lot of the new DC stuff that's gonna be coming out. Snyder Cut, you're gonna have to have HBO Max. They're splitting it into multiple episodes, so it's like 4 1-hour episodes instead of one movie.
No,
yep, that's what they're doing.
I didn't hear about
so
that.
4 1-hour episodes.
I may just wait till they put it out on 4K UHD or whatever.
If they do that.
They will.
It's got to come out.
Why would they not?
But like, and of course, if you've seen the Robert Pattinson Batman trailer where he's emo as hell,
yeah,
I'm okay with that. He looks all right.
I don't think it's that bad.
Here's the thing. He's emo as hell, yes, but that's kind of like what he does. So I'm cool with that.
I mean, I'm going to reserve judgment until I see it. It doesn't look bad. It was kind of funny in the trailer.
I do not like his ears on that costume, but that's not his fault.
Yeah, he didn't make
That's the design of the costume. I love the costume outside.
The trailer I think is hilarious when he's just like, "Oh, who are you?" and he like beats the shit out of the guy, and after he's like, "I'm vengeance." It's like, oh wow, they got to keep that going. They definitely have to keep that going.
That's I know you said you don't like the Big Bang Theory, but that's one of the best parts of the Big Bang Theory is they have Adam West, and they're talking about like he's like you need. Talking about like how Christian Bale's
the
so
Batman
badass,
voice.
going, "I'm Batman."
Where's
and
the
then
drugs?
Adam West is like, Adam West is like, I never had to say I was Batman. I showed up. People knew I was Batman.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, and then the Suicide Squad movie, the Suicide Squad, emphasis on the. I don't know why they're gonna make a sequel.
Fast and Furious all over.
They're gonna make a sequel to Suicide Squad. With the Suicide Squad. This is probably... There's been a lot of dumb names that's been going around lately. And, like, different entertainment, movies, games, and whatnot. But this is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And I really hope that this is a beta name and they're coming out with the real name at some time. I don't know. But the trailer did actually look pretty good. And it had a lot of...
Suicide Squad trailer.
Had a lot of Suicide Squad characters in there. So you know that, like, they're all going to die at some point during the movie. Or something like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Except for the important ones.
Transition over to the game, the Suicide Squad game. This trailer, even though I can't stand CG trailers, was actually a pretty good trailer. It was a really good trailer.
Yeah, I'm okay with the trailer
I like
too.
this trailer.
I was actually more looking forward to that than the Gotham Knights thing, which you probably moved on to.
Exactly. So it does look really, and it's funny. Rocksteady is working on this, and this is in the Arkham Asylum universe, but Gotham.
Oh, is it?
The Suicide Squad game is.
Okay.
But Gotham Knights is not. Gotham Knights is done by the same guys who did Arkham Origins, and it is not in that Arkham Origins or Arkham Asylum universe at all. Which,
I got you.
I mean, doesn't really make any sense to me. But I mean, whatever.
I'm just like, there's 2 Batman games coming out, and none of them include Batman.
Yeah.
Which is kind of whack to me.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Gotham Knights does look interesting though, because to me it seems like what the Avengers game was trying to do, but maybe better. I mean, we haven't seen a ton about it, but the fact that they limited it to 2 characters, and it kind of makes sense for them to get a lot of gear and stuff, because that's what they do. The Bat family, they get gear and shit. So I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see when they actually release some more stuff, but they look pretty good.
Judgment shall be reserved.
So that's it for the DC fandom.
That's it.
So we're just
All
going
right.
to move on from that.
The show's over. I gotta quit making that joke. It's every week.
We'll just roll through.
I'm gonna run through these next 2.
Go ahead.
So what even am I running through? Oh yeah, Nintendo Direct Mini. So there's 2 Nintendo Directs. That's how poorly timed our show is. So there was 2 Nintendo Directs in between our last show.
Oh, and I'm looking at the wrong one.
Firstly, we had on 8/26, we had the Nintendo Direct Mini Partner showcased. That was at the end of August, and I literally have it in front of me. So we have Kingdom Hearts. This is essentially Theater Rhythm.
Theater Rhythm.
What Theater Rhythm was.
That's exactly what
it's
I
in
thought
3D.
too,
It is. I mean, it plays just like it, so I can see that's fine. Whatever. I never really got into Theater Rhythm.
I like Theater Rhythm a lot. Did you ever get that
Okay, I
Dragon
take that
Quest
back.
one?
Yeah, actually, I was about to say that. I did like the Dragon Quest.
I never got that, though.
So I have the Dragon Quest one. My wife got into the
Final
Fantasy ones. I like
Melody
Dragon
of Memory. So this actually has story epilogue or some shit for Kingdom Hearts 3.
I think it does have story, but unless you're just deep
is
in
this
the
a
lore,
thing?
you're not gonna know what
Kingdom
the hell's
Hearts
going
has
on.
to put little bits of story in every random little piece of
I think people
It seems like
expect
it.
and like every
at this point.
this is obviously this is not like a mainline Kingdom Hearts game.
Hey, just
but-
be happy. There's only 3 words. In the
That's
subtitle.
true. That's
Yeah,
very true.
exactly.
Very true. All right, so what else we got?
I'm kind of interested in playing it though.
It doesn't look
Let's
bad.
see.
It doesn't look
Really
bad.
bad.
I'm so out of like the Kingdom Hearts lore. I played the first one. I liked the first one a lot, and then like gave up once I saw that you have to like have every Kingdom Hearts game to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, you just gotta give up pretty quick. The next one's gonna be this Harmonix. It's like a DJ hero looking game called Fuser.
That sounds. I mean, it sounds good, but they didn't really show anything about it. So that's kind of interesting. Harmonix hasn't done shit in years, so this is going to be interesting to see what they do.
Yes. And then after that, you have Taito no Tatsujin Rhythmic Adventure, which is like a Taito Drum Master adventure game.
I've always wanted to play Taiko Master, and I've never played any of them.
I have the one on Switch physical, which if you
you
import
have
from
the drum?
Japan, it just is the same.
The drum that goes with it.
I don't have the drum. I'm gonna get it eventually, though.
Having that without the drum is like having.
You can play it easily
It's
enough
like
with the
having
controller.
DDR without a mat.
Yeah.
No, because you can take the Joy-Cons and shake them back and forth. It actually works pretty well.
Oh, really?
You know, there's people that's really into Taiko Master. I've seen videos where they actually have like real Taiko
like an
drums,
arcade where people just
it's
go
like,
nuts in this thing.
Or like the
I'm not good at it. I will say,
rolling the hell out of that drums and everything.
like a lot of things.
But
we got World of Tanks coming to Switch. I'm guessing that makes some money because they keep
it's
pumping
on
it out
everything.
on everything.
Yeah.
World of Tanks Blitz. Excuse me. You got to put the Blitz like NHL
It might be
Blitz.
I guess it might be like a tone.
Or that's
down
hits.
version or
Excuse me.
something. Yeah, it was hits. But yeah, go ahead.
And then you have this like Rocky. It is a Rocky game, which I didn't think had the popularity to be on one of these things.
This game looks
but
terrible. I just want to
apparently
say
it
that
does.
right now. This game does look pretty terrible.
I have Rocky on GameCube, and it's not.
I like.
It looks about like
I like
this.
boxing games. Ready to Rumble was really good. I like the Fight Night games. This game, I'm not even going to say anything else. We can move on to the next one.
I have Fight Night on GameCube as well because it actually contains a you can play Super Punch Out on it.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then there's a collection of Final Fantasy Legend games. I think it's 1, 2, and 3 that's
It's
coming
interesting.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to get it, even though I probably won't play it. Just Dance 2021. There's a whole bunch of stuff on
There's
there
another
that
one.
I don't care about.
It keeps going. All right, we can go to the next.
Oh yeah,
I've always liked Dance
and
Central
then-
more than Just
yeah.
Dance, so it's kind of
me too. But Dance Central's done.
super
it.
done.
Yeah, done like dinner. And then you have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
This
That was their. Is that the last thing or the penultimate thing?
This is there's a couple other stuff too. There's like a
Minecraft Dungeon Winter DLC. Well, I didn't know if you were excited about the Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
I am excited about that. I didn't even know this was a thing. I had no, and I'm so mad.
Didn't either.
Dude, it was a launch game for Switch.
I had no idea, and I'm so mad about this because I love.
Did you not get your Switch at launch?
No. Yeah, I got it maybe like a year or so ago. So yeah, I didn't get it at launch. Okay. But Puyo Puyo Tetris. I mean, I love Sega. I'm a huge Sega head. I like Puyo Puyo, and Tetris, of course, is great. So a 4-player Tetris plus Puyo Puyo, and you can move back and forth and switch it up and do whatever. This is amazing. Why has nobody told me about this before? I'm so mad I didn't know about this.
Well, we thought you were paying attention.
When they said Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and I was like, 2? They had a first one. What in the hell? But so immediately, of course, I bought it on Switch. I asked my wife, I said, hey, they got Puyo Puyo Tetris. It's 4 players. You want it on PlayStation or Switch? She's like, Switch. I was like, all right, done. Bought.
Yes.
Immediately. But yeah.
Let's see, Minecraft expansion. You got that coming for Dungeons. And Jump Force is coming out on Switch. I think it's out already, actually.
Yay!
That I gotta stress that Jump Force has a terrible frame rate on every console,
which
already.
Saddens me to no end.
I can't imagine how it runs on Switch.
This saddens me to no end. Now you know that I love fighting games. I love anime.
Yes.
I hate anime fighting games. These are like probably some of the worst, and it's just they're usually just like piles of fan service, and then the actual fighting is terrible, which has always bothered me.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
I will
great.
say for fan service, because I do own this game. On Xbox One X is like the only way on console to get it at. I think it actually runs at a native 4K, but it still runs bad. Which you would think they'd have like a 1080p option and actually have it run decently.
Why make a fighting game that doesn't run at 60 frames? I mean, okay, there's other stuff that don't, whatever, but it's a fighting game.
It is very fan servicey though. If
game.
you do like some of the special moves, it's fun to look at for a little while, and then you're done. That was pretty much it for that though. So. I'm moving on to the Mario Direct, which just happened yesterday. I didn't realize it was yesterday, and I woke up to it. Well, I didn't wake up to it, but I saw it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, awesome!"
Yep.
So this is the 35th anniversary Super Mario.
This has been rumored for a while. There's been a lot of people have been talking about it for a while. Yeah.
Forever. At the beginning of the pandemic, I remember us talking. Well, not us talking about this, but listening to another podcast.
You know, all the people out there in the internet saying like the 35th anniversary is coming up. I bet they got some shit brewing, and then
which only lends more credence to, like, you know, we talked about Skyward Sword being on Amazon. Dude, 35th anniversary of Zelda is next year. I can almost.
Wow. You know they're gonna have something planned for that. So what kind of games we got on out of this direct?
I can slow down a little bit that we rushed through.
Yeah, to the last one. That wasn't a whole lot happening on the last one, so
pacing, we don't have it. So they're like, oh, it's a brand new way to play Super Mario Brothers.
The new old way to play it.
Oh god.
Yeah. So you have a little Game and Watch now. Super Mario Brothers Game and Watch. It looks cool.
Yeah. And it's collectible. People are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It's collectible. It's only $50. It's limited though.
Of course. A lot of stuff from this direct is limited,
you on it you have the original Super Mario Brothers and the original Super Mario Brothers 2 or Lost Levels. You also have like a
Game and Watch little.
It's called Ball, with a Mario head on it. It's no longer a Game and Watch character.
That's weird.
That's available November 13th. I don't even think you could pre-order it.
Nobody else thinks that that's weird. They just kind of like replaced his head with Mario, and not even the whole body.
I do. I definitely do.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely do.
But yeah.
But it has like clock features and little mini games and stuff for $50.
I think it's
worse.
pretty cool. I don't really care a whole lot about Mario games in general, but I do think that this is a pretty cool little collectible thing.
I did not care about this at all until I heard it was only $50. In which case, I may get it.
50 does sound pretty good. So that's not too bad.
I was thinking 80 when I saw it. I was like, I bet this thing's gonna be 80 or $100, and I was not in for that. For 50,
that's not too. A lot of this stuff they're so limited, and a lot of this stuff you can only, not only is it limited quantities, but they're gonna stop selling them in like January or February or something like that.
Yeah, they're kind of taking the Vault approach. The next thing,
but go ahead.
The Disney Vault, the Nintendo Vault. The next thing I'm really excited for because I love this game on Wii U.
I already know what you're going to say.
And they, well, I mean, I'm just watching the thing, so and this is new Super Mario 3D World, not new Super
Yeah.
Mario, Super Mario 3D World,
Plus Bowser's Fury.
which plus Bowser's hemorrhoid.
So out of
I'm not really paying it. I'm excited for it, but I don't really.
out of
I'm
all
gonna apologize. I peaked my mic on that one. Sorry about that.
out of all the games that they showed, this is one that I might actually get because
I'm totally buying
might
this
actually
day
get
one.
this.
I love this game on the Wii U. I played the hell out.
This was probably one of the better games that was on Wii U. My wife loves Mario stuff. I don't really like it, but she loves it, and she especially loves these kind of like multiplayer ones. So yeah, I might end up getting that.
I didn't really play it multiplayer. I played it all single player just because I'm a badass like that. But,
Yeah.
I love this game. It's good stuff. It is 4-player, and I think it's one of those that's like, it's not so bad 4-player. Like, not like the side scrollers where you're just
like jumping on each
wanna
other,
kill the
and,
person
like,
next to you in a bloody rage.
like people are knocking you out of the bubble and all the other shit. Yeah.
Well, who was it? I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was someone I knew or a podcast or something. We used to call that game Super Mario Brothers asshole.
It just turns everybody
that you would hear
who
the
plays
whole
this.
time and playing multiplayer, which is asshole. Just somebody yelling that every couple of minutes.
Actually,
I'm definitely getting that one too. That looks really good.
our boss has been playing that on a Wii U that he's gotten not too long ago, and yeah, he says the same thing. Once they start playing it, it's just like gloves are being thrown and all sorts of shit. It's pretty crazy.
Yep. So yeah, but they have that additional Bowser's Fury, as you mentioned earlier. I'm okay. I would have been completely happy with the base game, but I get that it's cool that they're adding.
Am I
stuff,
wrong
so
thinking
I'm all right with
that this was something that was out before, or am I thinking it's something else? Bowser's Fury.
No, it's not. It's not.
So that's brand new.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
so maybe I'm confusing that with that Bowser side story game or something like that.
Yes, as part of. One of the
Mario RPG
3DS
3DS
ones.
games.
Yeah. They added
Bowser's
a
side
Bowser's
story. That's what it was
something.
called. I think it was.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Jonathan, do you have a Wii U? Do you have any experience with Super Mario 3D World?
I do not, but I have always wanted to play it because I thought it looked super fun. So this will
It is
be
super
really
fun.
cool.
Yeah, so this is no longer locked.
You have a
to
Switch,
Wii
I'm
U.
assuming, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, everyone in the world does. No one in the world has a Wii U except for Dwight has one. I have 3.
When I figured out that Pokemon was only going to be coming out for the Switch, probably for the foreseeable future, I was like, well, might as well just go ahead and get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's plenty of good games on the Switch.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Brawl too, or not Brawl.
Yes.
Ultimate.
Yes.
Smash
Brawl
Bros.
in particular. This would go two back.
But my thing, I kind of miss being able to like draw on the little Wii U screen and stuff because I'm guessing that this
I do.
game, since it's a Nintendo first party game on Wii U, that it had a lot of that in there.
Well, the stamps won't be a thing anymore that you would get, which, I mean, you used that for Miiverse originally, which is kind of like their social networking thing, which has long been shut down, but it was fun to collect them. It was a little extra collectible, so I wonder if they'll replace them with something in the levels.
And you have to like draw platforms and
maybe.
stuff like that too.
You did that in New Super Mario U.
It
But not
sucks
in
that
this
they don't have a
version.
lot of that. But anyway, so what else do we have in
This comes out February 12th, and you also get 2 new amiibos with it. You get Cat Mario and Cat
this comes
Peach.
out a while from now.
They're still going. I don't know if you watch on my YouTube channel. I have the Japanese Nintendo page up. Occasionally, they have like mini Japan only directs. I call them directs. They're not really. They're called Neko Mario Time, which is like Cat Mario and Cat Peach. They're still doing this. They started it with this game on Wii U, and they're like, if you watch a new one,
they keep going.
it's still Neko Mario.
That's pretty.
Yeah, they're little puppets. They
It's
never
like a
stop.
puppet theater,
I guess that
kinda
just
like
is the
direct
thing.
Well, that's kind of interesting. I might have to track those down actually. But yeah.
So Super Mario Brothers 35, which
Tetris
is
100.
one of those limited
Is that
availability
Tetris 100 or
things.
Tetris 99?
Mario.
I think it's
99.
Tetris
Tetris
99. So it's
99.
basically Tetris 99, but Mario Brothers, which is interesting.
So it's essentially stressful Mario.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Which Mario Brothers is already stressful in some places.
It's stressful enough without
Having to worry about
People
34
throwing
other
random shits on
people
my head.
messing you up and throwing spikes
Yeah.
in your way, and So this is only playable until March 31st, 2021, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
which is
That's
dumb to me.
weird.
The only
I don't
other
understand.
game I know that did something like that, where it was a limited time, massively multiplayer game, was 1 versus 100 on 360. Which it was
Yep.
only available for like a couple months, wasn't it?
There, yeah. Well, I can think of one other
Yeah.
example too, and this was a Nintendo thing. This was on the DSi for the Zelda 25th anniversary. I want to say you could download like a particular version of Four Swords
Huh.
that had like different levels inspired from different games. So like one of the games looked like from the original Nintendo graphics,
Okay.
and they had
Oh,
different
okay.
stuff. I have it downloaded on one of my DSs, and you
See,
can't get
yeah,
that game
stuff
anymore.
like that. Then they're
that's
going to
it.
have it so that the prices for Switches that still has this game on it are going to skyrocket. Because the
Yep.
same thing with
Yep.
like PS4s that still had the PT demo on it and all that other stuff.
Yep.
Oh my god.
So that's that's available on October 1st, and it's playable until March 31st, 2021.
That's kind of crazy to me.
And that's Super Mario Brothers 35. If we didn't make that
Right.
clear,
Yeah.
and I don't think we did. The next thing, I don't really care about, but I'm gonna talk about it, I guess.
We
So.
can just roll through it.
Yeah.
Mario All Stars again.
I forget what it's called.
There's
What is it
Super
called?
Mario All Stars again, but they're releasing it for the little Super Nintendo thing.
No. The next thing is the Mario Kart.
Mario
thing.
Kart Live home circuit. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Live home circuit. So I feel like the room they're in is not a realistic room that most people
Of
have.
course not.
Absolutely not.
Who has a room with barely
Yeah.
anything in it,
No one.
and it's hardwood?
Large
No
enough
one.
to set up all these gates, and of course it's hardwood floor,
Yes.
so you don't have to worry about the carts getting caught in carpet and all this other stuff.
That's the thing. Like, I don't have hardwood anywhere in my floor. Anywhere in my
Right,
house.
Yeah.
So
that's-
I
yeah.
could make a ring around the couches in the game room, but it would literally
Yeah,
just be a ring.
you're just driving
It's like
around in a
some plush
circle like,
carpet.
over and over.
Yes. Woo! It's NASCAR Mario.
This
at
is
this point,
this is
so.
an interesting idea because they actually have other games like this already on mobile.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
cool
and
idea.
it's a good idea. I don't know how realistic it is. Like how many people is actually going to be able to do this?
It's $100.
Well, I mean,
$100.
with what you're getting, that's actually because you're getting 2 radio controlled cars.
You're not.
What?
You're getting one.
What?
Unless I'm mistaken, I think it's $100 for one car.
Oh no, you're right because it says which is available in a Mario set or a
game.
Luigi set. So you get one.
Yep. If you want both, it's going to cost you
Yeah, I don't know about
$200.
that. I don't know about that.
Surely they'll sell like the second car separate at some point.
Don't call me true. No, I'm just-
And that's just crazy.
No, I was thinking about that too, but they should have been clear about that. I think what's going to end up happening is one of two things. Two, this is going to bomb hard.
Yeah.
Well, why start off with two? One, it's going to bomb hard.
I just noticed that too. Oh god. But yeah.
Or two, it's going to do well, and they're going to sell these cars individually for like $50.
Right.
And there's going to be more. It's not going to be just Luigi. It's going to be like
Yeah,
Peach one,
Donkey
Right.
Kong, and
all the
that.
Mario.
Which
Bowser,
I mean,
Fantastic.
which I'm sure they're hoping
Yeah.
for, which is not a bad idea.
That's what they're hoping
Yeah.
for, I'm sure. But I see this as like a lab.
I was just about to say that. Yes,
Yeah.
Labo. Like that. Oh man, that thing. Oh my god. It just seemed like I guess they wanted it to go like how they do with the amiibos,
totally see what
with
they
the
wanted to do
amiibos,
with it.
where a lot of people they still to this day love buying amiibos and collecting them and getting new ones.
Okay, so I might buy all the meat.
See, there, you got one right here. But I mean,
I may have already pre-ordered that Cat Mario.
but the Labo to me was just like, wow, cardboard, really? Like people are really going to be paying crazy amounts of money for like some cardboard. Well,
Yeah. Well, I mean that's the outward perception. You're really paying for the software, and the cardboard's nothing.
Right.
But even the software is practically nothing, so it's
God.
yeah. Some Mario pin sets you have to get on my Nintendo to
Right.
get. I don't care that much. Mario Kart Tour has some cool stuff coming to it. I gave up on that game pretty quick just because it was very repetitive and nothing going on. I think they've added a lot to
That's
it
the
now.
mobile
but
game,
I
right?
still
Not
don't
the
care.
not the Switch game. Okay.
It is. Yeah. Some new stuff coming to Nintendo NYC store. I have never been there. I want to go. Anyone been there?
No, I don't think
Anyone
so.
been to New York City? And
I
been
think
there?
that'd be interesting. I wanted to stop by the store that they had in Japan.
Let's make a welcome to the game room road trip. We'll meet up. We'll go there.
That's not a bad idea.
It would be fun. We actually, back in my No Podcast days, we did have we talked about this really early on. It never happened. We were talking about going to the Grid in North Carolina, which is like a Goodwill, but they sell nothing but video game stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. There's actually one in Florida, too. It's not called the Grid, but yeah, it's like they have nothing but just video game stuff.
Oh, my God.
So
That actually does sound... There's not a lot of retro stores where I live here in Virginia.
yeah. When at some point, we'll have to do a more than just a audio podcast and actually put something on the channel. And I think a road trip where we actually meet up, I haven't seen you in years and years for real, would be fun.
That would be pretty good.
And we'll have to go do some sort of video gamey thing. So new content coming to Mario Maker, which I don't even have. New content coming to Splatoon. Well, it's a Splatfest where it's Super Mushroom versus Superstar.
I thought
You
they
ever played
stopped with the
Splatoon 2?
Splatfest. Weren't they done with them?
They did, but then now they've been like, oh, we're still doing it, kind
That's
of.
kind of weird. Yeah, I did. I do like
Yeah.
Splatoon. I have it on Wii U, and I played the little demo on Switch, which they're both pretty much like the same game if you're playing just a multiplayer.
They are. I actually like the campaign better on the Wii U, but the multiplayer I like better on the Switch.
I mean, I like it.
Which is weird because I don't really like multiplayer games, but the game is so fine-tuned, you cannot be like a god at Splatoon.
Yeah.
You can be good.
It is pretty.
A noob can still have fun.
It's pretty balanced. So I do like that. It doesn't keep my attention for more than maybe an hour or so though, which is the only thing.
Yeah, because actually the last Ketchup and Mayo one, which Splatfest came out, I actually played quite a bit on, and I enjoyed myself. It was a lot of fun. So I don't know if I'm on Team Star or Team Mushroom yet, but I'll get on it.
So this is Super Mario 3D All Stars with the.
And you're not there yet. Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Oh, we can skip those ones.
He's desperately trying to get us to this. What about the shoes coming?
The Mario
shoes and the black milk clothing.
God.
He's like, I gotta pee or something.
The Mario shoes. Yeah, I did see that. I skipped over that.
All right, you're still not to All Stars yet. So Super Mario All Stars, the original, is coming to Nintendo Switch online
for the Super Nintendo
with your Super Nintendo thing.
I mean, that's good. I'm surprised they didn't.
Which that's available already.
What? Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was already.
That's available already.
But
all right, and now we're getting to the thing. So they start off showing Mario 64. This is the thing they've been talking about.
I forgot how much I liked the original Super Mario 64's music. Like the title screen.
It's fantastic.
It was great. Even though I don't like the game at all. I really don't. I had it on 64 and I just I didn't like it, but I like the music. The music is great.
I like the game. So they show this for a while, and then they do a little flip around, and then they show Sunshine. Good Lord, that's hard to say right next to each other. I love Super Mario Sunshine, mainly because it was one of the first games I could ever remember. Well, it wasn't the first game, but it was one of the first one I can remember pre-ordering through Nintendo Power.
Through Nintendo Power, okay.
I got it through Nintendo Power, and I still have the envelopes. I actually did this for Metroid, Wind Waker, and Mario Sunshine. They sent out these special envelopes, and I kept the envelopes because they were awesome looking.
You could pre-order games through Nintendo Power?
So I found it. You got the game, a Nintendo Power t-shirt, like a strategy guide, a memory card. I think one of them had like a Wavebird controller with it. It might have been Metroid Prime. You got something with every of them. And it was like $100-something. But I was so hyped for this.
That's actually pretty interesting. I never knew that.
And I remember waiting because I had a GameCube day one. And this was like one of the first things I was super excited for, even though they didn't announce this at launch or whatever. But so and that and Galaxy 1 is also the other thing.
I was surprised they don't have Galaxy 2. Me and Jonathan talked about
I was
that.
surprised too, but I kind of have a feeling though, and this is just my glass half full perspective. I almost wonder if Galaxy 2 is on there and they're just not saying they wanted to be a surprise.
Or maybe they'll release it afterwards as a downloadable thing or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense.
I like
why
Galaxy
they would
2
have
better.
one and not two.
Yeah, not really.
Well, and 2 is the superior one in my opinion.
Is it?
By far.
I haven't played it. I've played a little bit of 1. I hadn't. Played
1 is
2.
good. Don't get me wrong, but 2 is better.
Are you planning to get this one, Jonathan?
Oh, absolutely. I remember when Mario 64 was big. I remember I ended up going to like the big city for me at the time, and there was Toys R Us there, and I'd never been in a Toys R Us before, and they had one of those Nintendo 64s set up with Super Mario on
I remember
it.
that.
And it was the first time I'd ever touched a Mario game, and I was like enthralled. I was like, "Holy crap, this is awesome!" And I hadn't
Blowing your little mind.
yeah, and I haven't been able to play it since then. So this is
How old were you?
Gosh, I don't know. I was probably 10, maybe. I don't know. It was.
I was like 11, I think.
It was right around when it came out, which I don't remember what
Yeah,
year
yeah.
that was. But
96.
but yeah, so I've never played 64 besides that 10 minutes or whatever. I've never played Sunshine, so I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, this would be the perfect.
My-
this is definitely the perfect thing for you.
These are Sunshine's getting widescreen support, which is awesome. 64 is not getting widescreen support, but it's getting improved visuals and controls.
Whatever that means.
Which I'm excited about the controls. I'm excited about the controls because they are a bit dated.
Didn't they have extras when they ported that to the DS? No, Super Mario 64.
Yes, they did. You actually didn't even start off as Mario. You started off as Yoshi on the DS.
Oh, really?
Because you could play as 4 different players.
I wonder if they're going to have. They're probably not going to have any of that. But
No, they're not. I can almost guarantee they're not because most people did not respond well to that. So there's a bunch of Mario stuff. Huzzah!
yeah, a lot more than
That's it. I actually pre-ordered this as soon as it went up, the physical copy, because only in print, I guess, until March 31st.
Yeah, so if you're going to get one, pretty much you have to pre-order it because it's going to be.
Yeah, get it. So I pre-ordered it on
so
Best
crazy.
Buy pretty much
They're going to start
immediately.
riots, man. Like this is having it be so limited, and then even the digital copies are going to be. They're going to not sell it after March or whenever the date is. I don't remember.
Yeah, I did think about getting it digital, but Nintendo, they got to do better this time about digital purchases because your digital purchases are always tied to your console, and that's always been a bad thing.
Yeah.
They need to be tied. I'm sure they're probably going to be tied to your account from now on, but I could just think of all the stuff I have on the Switch that's digital only. What if the Switch
Dies or whatever,
or whatever it's coming out, and like you can't get any of that stuff because you bought it on the Switch.
That's really weird.
That's gonna
The
be
Wii
awful.
U is like that too because I was able to.
That's what I'm saying. The
Wii
never
U that I
done
got,
it, so.
I had bought a physical copy of Smash 4, but then the downloaded copy I could just download it because whoever had the Wii U before me had downloaded it. So I thought that was kind of weird. But anyway,
Yeah, it's always been really wacky that way. I don't know. They need to get their stuff.
Yeah,
right,
they
and I
do.
hope they do. That's why I'm always kind of like iffy about buying digital stuff on Switch.
now that you say that, I have like most of my Switch games are digital just because I can share them, But it's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I like buying physical stuff in general.
I like buying physical stuff.
You can.
Yeah.
I was about to say you can look right
behind.
behind Mike right here. I know the listeners can't see it, but you can look behind him and see that he definitely likes skin the physical.
That's a very small chunk of the stuff that's in this room. This whole room is just chock full of stuff. So, yeah, but
yeah, I didn't.
that's it for news this week or stuff that
Yeah,
stuff happened.
A lot of other stuff
but
happened.
that's the
yeah.
important stuff.
The important stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that Mario 3D All Stars comes out the 18th. So it'll actually come out the next time we record the podcast.
I might get that, and I
So,
mean it's never.
I'm going to try to play it
go
before
on
then.
sale either, because
Oh no, it's going to be $60.
Yeah.
Just buy it. But that's $20 a game. That's
I don't
excellent.
look at it
Yeah,
that way,
absolutely.
but I might have to get it. I'll definitely have to get it. Oh well, no, well.
Yeah. Well, I may have to.
I just got confused for a second. Not 3D All Stars. I'm going to be skipping that one. The one I want to get is the Super Mario 3D World, but that doesn't come out till next year. So
I'm definitely going to get both of them. No, I didn't pre-order 3D World because I know that one will be readily available. But I did pre-order 3D All Stars.
you have to do that one.
Yeah.
But on top of that, there's a few other games coming out before next time. I didn't get the dates on these, but Kingdom of Alamore Re-Reckoning.
Re-Reckoning. I saw that. I saw
excited
that.
I like the last one, but I barely played it, or the
Yeah,
original version.
I did.
Did you play it?
I think they had it on a demo for 360. I played it for a little bit. I didn't really get into it.
I liked it. It reminded me a lot of Fable.
Yes,
but
it
not
does look
as
a lot
funny,
like,
obviously. But
Fable.
so I don't know if I want to jump back in. We'll see. I felt bad. Like I got the old one. I'm like I'll get around to it, and I never did. Now there's a remaster. Physical copy of Minecraft Dungeons will be out before the next podcast as well. And RPG Maker MV is what I wrote down. Those are the three things.
RPG Maker
or
MV.
four things,
I mean,
I guess.
besides the PC version, or is there?
It'll be available on Switch and PS4.
That's interesting.
Oh, okay.
That's really interesting. I wonder if you can bring over like the Steam, like the stuff that people already made on Steam onto like PS4 and Switch.
That would be awesome if you could, and it would be worth. I'm thinking about picking it up anyway because I like that sort of thing.
Yeah,
That's why
if you
I put it on
can,
the
I
list.
mean, if you can't bring that over, that's going to kind of suck.
But I didn't think about that though. Well, I mean, I know I don't like making stuff personally,
but like being able to play all the
those
stuff
sort of
that other
games.
people made. Yeah.
But I like
There's
playing
a
other
ton of
stuff,
stuff on from RPG Maker and V on Steam. So not being able to bring that over, it would be terrible.
like I say, I don't know because you can transfer save data back and forth between Witcher on GOG and Steam. So I mean, it's not
impossible.
Out of the realm of possibility. It's just if I don't know if they want to do it. But that's it. That's
all
the
we
whole
got.
show. It's an hour and 55 minutes of
Yes,
us
rambling for a while.
Every
This
possible
is
turn.
definitely one of our longer episodes, but thanks for sticking around for this long.
Yeah, I tried to keep under 2 hours, which we're still technically there. If we
Right. Yeah. It's still good. It's still a very good episode.
So Jonathan, any final words? Any final plugs? Your YouTube channel is MacGuffins or something like that. There's probably somebody named MacGuffins. Actually.
Probably, yeah. YouTube.com/Enchantermon. That's me. Please.
Is it Mon because of you said Digimon?
Digimon,
something, right?
yeah.
So is that an actual Digimon?
I don't think so. It's a character I made up a long time ago when I was like big into writing fan fiction and
Right.
stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, so it just kind of stuck with me.
Yeah, that does
I don't
make
know
sense.
exactly why.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Is it a Digimon fan fiction?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
There were I wrote several of them. They are all terrible.
Yeah.
Well, that's not up for you to decide. That's up for the reader to decide. But I will say most of them are.
I've definitely watched a lot of Digimon. Well, I guess the Digimon Adventure, the original Digimon Adventure. I haven't really seen any of the recent ones. I've seen the first 3 seasons, and I didn't see any of the seasons in the new Digimon Try yet.
Did you
Digimon Try?
Did you watch any of the reboot?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I need to.
I've seen the first. Yeah, I've seen the first few episodes, and it's really good. I'm super happy with it. I need to get caught back up on it because I dropped out because they stopped when COVID hit, and I didn't pick it back up when they started back up. So
They also stopped One Piece for a little bit. I don't know if it's back on yet.
I know we have a huge collection of Digimon that I don't care about because my wife bought it, and it's massive, like a box set.
Oh,
Like
nice.
the
ton of
anime
stuff,
or
and
the
I'm just
games?
I'll probably never
Oh, the
watch it.
anime.
So the anime.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't watch it. So.
I
I did watch the new Detective Conan movie that came out. It's under a different publisher now. It's not Funimation
Really?
anymore.
Oh wow.
And so they're all redubbed and everyone sounds weird. But yeah,
All right.
I love the Funimation dub for Detective Conan. Though. I love the Japanese as well. Like they're both good, but like they have some of the better voice actors in there. And our Bruce Elliott as Richard Moore or whatever I think that's his English name. Yeah, Richard Moore he's so funny. But I digress. So. Until next week. Next 2 weeks. You can find us on YouTube only right now. I'll get us going somewhere. I got us a Twitter account, but I have not posted anything. So you can follow us on Twitter at something. I forget, but I will get you that info real quick. You could see how.
Might have to actually look at Twitter stuff now. Besides just the.
So it is Gameroom Pod. We have one follower, and that's me. I'm Macleod.
There you go.
You can follow me on Twitter if you feel so inclined. I don't really post anything of note.
A great
but,
reason to follow. An amazing reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's always fun to. I use it to follow game developers and voice actors and stuff like that. I don't have any actual friends. I don't think
on Twitter.
Maybe one or
I
two.
just skim Twitter
Yeah.
and read articles where they just gather up all these Twitter comments or whatever of random stuff.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's usually my experience with Twitter.
Yeah, the only thing I really use it for is when my videos go up, I'll post them to Twitter. But
I got you.
That's mostly what I do with it.
Maybe I should do that. I'll post a link. I'll do that on our.
That
Twitter
is a
page.
good.
So that's
a good
Gameroom.
one. That's a good point.
Yeah. So follow us at Gameroom Pod if you want to know when each
Yep.
new episode is. Although it will be
Yep.
every 2 weeks. So unless COVID 2 happens or something.
Right.
But
COVID do the
sequel.
The re-covening.
Yeah.
Oh, war COVID.
War COVID. Yes.
The definitive edition.
COVID do the definitive.
Oh God.
All right. So
Thank you guys
2
for
weeks,
having
I
me.
never
definitely.
know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, Jonathan. We would love to have you back at any point. You're more than welcome to come back. I know you didn't really get a word in edgewise at us complaining half the time.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, until 2 weeks, guys, I've been Michael Macleod, always joined by
Yep,
Dwight
that's right.
Robinson. And this week we had Jonathan Duffer. Go follow him on his YouTube.
You forgot it? All right.
thingamajigs.
But go ahead.
I did. Something Mon.
Enchantermon.
Yep. There we go.
Enchantermon. I was going to say Enlightenermon, but that didn't sound right. So. All right. Everyone say
right.
goodbye.
See you guys later.
Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.